welcome to this week's episode of Firewater. So, to recap before our intro, last week you guys did a bunch of research, and it was a really heavy RP game. So you guys did a bunch of research. Ondine met a girl named Karis. And they tentatively made a somewhat alliance, maybe, to travel together to Roma. And upon further conversation, they're not really quite sure how they feel about that. And at the end of that conversation, they were approached by a small child who told them Sagittarius would like to see them, and then headed for the door. And that is where we are. So we're going to go to our intro now. And now we're back. So, what do you want to do?
Awesome.
Autobots, roll out. Let's go. Follow the child.
Following the child. See, that's what you guys were doing last time when we ended. So, if you...
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I said I was doing, so I figured I might as well.
I'm gonna take a stealthy approach, though. I'd like to stay fairly. Because this is at night, correct? Like, what's
at this
in
point,
the evening?
You're looking at like 7:30, 8 o'clock at night.
So it's coming on to like dusky time, lights starting to fade.
And because of the clouds,
Whoopee.
It's darker than it would be normally. So it's really close.
Okay. It's getting really close to like dark, so I'm about blind.
Right.
I mean, like there's lights.
One day I
some
don't
lights
you
in the city,
like,
so you're not.
you know any spells that can help us in the dark or anything like that.
Right. I'm not sure about that. I was just trying to look at the spells I just got recently as well as the letters. But maybe I will magically print the letters and request somebody come get them for me. Just a moment, please.
I hold up the wand. Undine, do you know if this has more than one use per day?
I don't really know how that kind of magic works. It's not like the magic I use. So you might.
So
where's the kid, Josh?
Yeah. So at this point, I assume we're like on the steps, going out the door
of Kalina's. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my homework assignment, not what you sent me.
Yeah. So in relation to us, like, how far in front of us is the kid, and is she going north or south?
So
Or like, which way is she going?
She went out the front door towards the north side of the city, and then is going around the corner to head down that street.
So she went north and is hanging a right or a left.
So she went north, and she's hanging a right.
So she's just circling around Kalina's.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's circling around
The door's
Kalina's.
on this front side. There.
Right.
Dancing light is a cantrip, so if the wand doesn't work, I can always risk it to cast it from the book as well.
Boom! Dancing lights with the wand.
Okay. Yes.
But like,
here, I'll roll a d100. Yeah. I just gotta find the matching ones. Here we go. 73.
73. I believe that succeeds. So, yeah, you 4 things of light pop out.
Yay! Okay, so one. Okay, so one of them goes above my head, and one goes 5 feet in front of me, one goes 10 feet in front of me, and one goes 5 feet in front of Fist and 10 feet in front of Fist to make 10 feet of light, basically, because we determined that each dancing light
it works.
Covers 5 feet of space.
It actually
within
darkness.
5-foot radius, not diameter. So it would be 4 spaces.
So yeah. So 4 spaces in front of each of us are illuminated.
In front of you.
Yeah. Just kind of around so that all of the so 4 spaces in front of us, kind of in a square in front of us, are illuminated. Because I like to be able to see.
So they come out and light the street. It's not like pitch black because there's like lanterns on some of the buildings. And,
right.
I mean, it's pretty late, so most of the places are closed, but that doesn't mean there's not like lanterns in the things. And well, you guys won't walk by any like abodes, but they would have lights in the windows and things. So are you just gonna follow the kid?
Okay. Yeah.
Are you all stealthing?
If all possible, I'd like to do it without the kid knowing
that you're following her. So are you gonna
say what? Sorry,
I mean, like, you guys have light, and you're just like this one. So
yeah, I know. I'm gonna avoid the light.
Slip off and kind of try to track like.
Yeah.
Well. Yeah.
I mean, as long as I can maintain a line of sight of her, really. I mean.
So make a stealth check.
Okay, I'm gonna use my guidance on that one too. That's gonna be a 23.
Okay. So you very stealthily kind of like go behind one of the buildings that are kind of there, and you kind of skirt and you kind of speed up a little bit to kind of like match pace, so you can keep in between buildings. You can keep an eye on the kid, but you're not visible to them, and they don't like look over and see you.
Okay, how far away from the party does that put me?
I mean, like, the buildings are like maybe 30 feet, like 25 feet.
Okay.
Like wide.
So I'm within 60 feet still. So
you're within
that's
60
good.
feet of them, yeah.
Right. Yeah. Ondine, the kid mentioned this person. What was it? What was it? Name?
Sagittarius.
Yep.
Sagittarius. Yeah. Well.
Sagittarius.
I think I've heard the name before. Mm-hmm. Indigo mentioned it to me a while back, so I was like trying to remember. But all I know is that this person's capable of realm travel and like maybe have something to do with portals. Other than that, I don't know what she is or what she does and how powerful she is. But
oh, it's a she.
Yeah, it's a female. I mean, that's what Indigo told me.
A pretty generic name, so it's hard to know, or I guess unisex. So
yeah, that's fair. Yeah, as far as I know, it's a female.
So perhaps you might have an alternate route, is what you're saying?
Well,
There goes Chica.
I think it's
Um,
better for me because I can actually see what I'm connected to, whereas Jacob is.
He's a little further away.
yeah, sorry, my connection's like index on me.
So you said possibly. You got out.
Right, yeah.
You got out possum.
It's possum. Yeah.
Possibly.
We should play possum. Yeah, that's definitely the strategy here. No. Right. I don't know whether or not she's
What a
like good or
recovery.
bad or like how we're gonna play this, like what she wants or anything like that. I didn't even know that she knew what we were and like what we're doing here. So
Right. Apparently, a lot of people know what we're doing, and we don't know that they know, which makes me very uncomfortable. If I'm
Right,
being
yeah.
very honest.
that's fair enough.
So
I'm gonna just for a point of record, I'm gonna give Talon the ability to contact me mentally.
Talon?
Tyron.
Tyrant. Gosh dang it. The least you guys could have done was made your names completely different.
Hey, mine's totally
Yeah, I know.
different.
That's fair. That's
I
fair.
tried very hard to keep mine separate.
I've still called
Yeah,
you Amari a
yeah.
couple times in the first
Well,
few
yeah,
seasons.
but that's just habit. That's not my fault.
Oh, that's true. I need to change your name to Ondine in my contacts.
Your
And I forgot.
you're Amari in his contacts.
Yeah, literally in my character name.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Nice.
so are you gonna do anything? 'Cause you can now see where the kid is going.
Okay, so it looks like it seems to me like she's heading to the market. Would that be if I like went, where do I think she's going, like place of significance? Would that kind of click in my brain that she'd be heading towards the market?
I mean, yes, except for the fact that you've passed the market by this time. So
Oh, so we're still going towards the wall, like almost towards the
we're just-
library?
yeah,
just
by this point,
trekking.
you guys are at the library, but she's
Oh,
turning.
we're like
She's.
I'm like
turning-
technically I'm ducking through the market and keeping pace with her.
Not the market. You're on the other side behind those other buildings, like where the library would be. You're kind of keeping pace in that very back along the wall.
Oh, so I went towards the north. Okay, cool.
Yeah, because I figured your character wouldn't just because there's really only like the one
Yeah,
entrance to
yeah.
the marketplace, and it's kind of infested right now. So
Yeah, that's fair.
so you're skirting.
okay.
on-
So she went back to the library and hung a right to head south down that kind of main
Mhm.
thoroughfare right there.
And so
Oh.
then there's two more buildings. So it goes library and then another building, and she turns after that building down that alleyway and kind of looks
Towards
back.
towards the little tree looking thing.
Yes,
Man,
and kind of looks
I'm the
back
worst. I
and
wasn't
sees
even listening.
Ondine and Tyron sees you, and then kind of keeps going.
Just heads towards the wall.
Right.
Yep.
Or does she just? Okay, so she heads towards the wall. Okay.
So she's going down that alley. That's what you can see.
Okay, great.
Right.
So I am also going to stealth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to
Right, it's just me hanging out, doing nothing.
to fist. I'm going to say I'm going to loop around. Fist. I'm going to loop around the other side. I might be out of contact for a moment, and I'm going to go south, past the little backwards L-shaped building,
Mm-hmm.
and along that wall, and then look up north. Kind of so the cluster of buildings is on my right.
So you're trying to cut her off. Basically.
Yeah, basically I'm looping around, but I'm doing so quietly.
Okay.
Right.
Roll a stealth check.
Hiya! Alright. Okay. Okay, wait, where must she go? 19.
Okay. Very quietly you go up and you just see her get to there next to that backwards L-shaped building. There's two smaller buildings, and she goes into the bottom one.
Okay, so the little pointy one.
Like right there.
Okay, yeah. So okay, so the pointy one. All right, cool. Yeah.
Do I see anybody else around?
Same. I'm gonna be looking around as well.
Make perception checks.
And I also pull up my bow and have an arrow ready.
Natural 20, but wait, there's more.
Flat 18, because I don't have any bonus.
There's more.
So flat 18 for me.
Okay.
Perception. That will be a 26 total, Josh.
You guys
Jeez,
are
dude.
level 3, dude. Rude.
Guidance. Guidance plus natural 20, and I rolled the maximum on my guidance. So, like, yeah.
Okay. So Tyler, you like you're kind of next to like a bunch of like those smaller shacks. So like
Yeah.
there's some
Yeah,
people
yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
but none of them seem to really pay attention to you. Like
Okay.
around the
Or
house that she went into,
yeah, around the pointy one.
there's not like there's nothing like there's no person hiding behind the building that you feel like is gonna try to stab you or like anything like that. Fist, you're coming down. You're kind of by the tree at this point, kind of in that
Sure.
area. You also don't see anything around those two buildings. You can hear there are a couple voices coming from the upper building, and it kind of looks like another guard post.
Okay.
But there's
Can
nothing.
I was gonna say, can I use that perception to also like look for anything like trappy?
Trappy.
Like I don't
on
know,
the
something
building?
that looks
Trapper, no trapping.
like, or even like, do I see the kid entering the building? Can I see if she like steps over a tripwire or something
No,
like
she
that?
just walks in.
She just walked in. Okay, cool.
Yeah. And
Let me invite you to my abode and then booby trap it on your way in.
Right. I mean, I would have done that too.
so, are you guys all gonna kind of convene by the building then, or Anya,
No.
what are you doing? Are you just kind of following in the
Right,
same?
I'm just following. I don't have any reason to be overly suspicious
Okay.
at this point. I
You are
don't know
all
enough.
within viewpoint.
Undine's the bait.
Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is
we're gonna send her
I'm
in
gonna
like
go.
in a shield.
So so if this is the L-shaped building, I'm gonna go. So there's two buildings below it. I'm gonna go between them,
Okay.
and then go all the way to the wall, and then go back up to that building just below the pointy one, and look to see if there's a window on the back.
Really, I
He's trying to
wasn't
maintain
paying
his
enough
cover.
attention to
There's
the
no window. There's no window on the pointy one.
From my
There's-
side, is there any
on
window?
on the door, there does appear to be a window on the side, like not the back, but the side closest to you.
South side.
Yes, and then on
Okay,
the
that's
north
helpful.
side there's also a window, but you can't see anything because it appears there's like curtains in front of it.
Right.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Suspicious. Oh.
I would like to point out, totally off topic, because that's what I do, that your farm looks like a backward, or not, well, now it's right with American flag.
Oh, it does.
Hey,
That's so
let's
true.
go.
Josh, I had no idea you're such a patriot.
America.
The way I was looking at it was
You're not
backwards,
gonna
but then as
say
soon as
anything.
I put it the way that it made it look like an actual American flag. But yes,
There we go.
that's-
Yeah,
that's
you just look at it through. If you look at it through the light, yeah, it looks like a.
well, also if you just hold it this way, yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
The point is,
just the point is,
go.
you
Josh
Josh is
unintentionally.
a patriot.
I'm just gonna go up to the south side, and I'm just gonna hit the wall and listen. Not hit the wall.
Okay.
I'm gonna go up against the wall, and I'm gonna listen. Yo, boof! Just friggin' shoulder charge that thing. No, I'm just gonna like stand below the window because I assume the window. I don't like appear head and shoulders over the window. I might have to crouch a little bit, but I'm basically just gonna be listening through the wall at what's happening inside.
Okay, make a perception check.
Hiya! Okay. All right. 14.
14.
Not horrible.
You hear some voices. You can't really make out like too many words. You hear the child's voice and then like, another voice, kind of.
Man or woman?
Woman.
Woman? Okay. I can tell nothing off of these voices, right?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah,
no, I'm just gonna-
mumble.
Is Fist
Mumbo
is
jumbo.
within 60 feet of me? Because it's 15, 20, 30.
Yeah, but you can't see him, so maybe he is.
Oh, is it line of sight?
Well,
No,
No.
For mind?
Like I'm saying,
For mind
you
blowing.
can't physically see him. He is technically within 60 feet of you, but you don't necessarily know because you can't see him because he is stealthing.
Right.
But
So I just kind of like
to contact
reach out in my mind. I don't know how this works.
like,
Can you
like
hear me?
probing in the dark.
Or
Like
do
you're just
you-
like reaching out your hand mentally trying to find
Fist?
him.
Fist? Can you hear me?
Right, yeah, mate. I'm yeah.
Right. That's odd. There's a window, a woman, and a child. There's a window on the south side. No windows on the east side against the wall. There's some people in the building south of us. I don't think they are a threat. What do you want to do?
Can you guys hear that, by the way?
What?
Hear what?
I'm gonna take that as a no. My mom is vacuuming.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, no.
Okay.
Ondine,
I'm
at
really
this point, are
trying
you gonna
now.
just wait for them, or are you gonna just go to the door and knock, or open it, or what is?
Yeah, I'm basically just gonna wait to see what
And the
Ondine
exterior of
does.
this building, you've passed it before. It's a decently
Yeah, we
built
would have
building
passed it.
compared to all of the buildings to the south that are kind of like just smashed together in kind of a random, like probably will blow over in a stiff breeze type of house. To this one is a little bit more solid
Well
wood.
made.
It's still very small and kind of shack-like. And there's like some like dream catcher
Mm-hmm.
type things hanging outside. Like just
Mm.
various like wind chimes and things along the front. And like these there's curtains at the windows that are just like a solid like purplish color.
Right.
Yeah.
I look around a little bit to see if I see anyone, but
You don't see them.
if they're not coming, I'm like, well, I guess I'm on my own. And I follow the kid in. I mean, I don't know, did the kid close the door behind him?
The door's closed, so you can push it open or knock or.
It's a little awkward. I guess I'll knock.
Okay.
Tell me to follow you, and then you go in the door and you close it behind you.
I'm gonna like.
Well, you weren't like directly behind her.
When I hear her
she-
knock, I'm gonna circle around to the front of the house.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna get right up on the side of the building so that I can see Ondine, but the person will be able to see me, basically.
There's a couple seconds, and then the door kind of like peers open, and you see a woman about. It looks like she would normally be about 5 feet tall, but she's kind of hunched a little bit, so it's a little bit more like 4.5. She has like this long, like whitish hair that's kind of, it's kind of like, they pull the sides and kind of twist it so it kind of pulls itself back and runs down, and it's actually past her hips, in the back, and it's kind of like braided, dreaded, it kind of varies. And she has these two wings that are kind of very butterfly-like that come out, and they're not like massive, but they're noticeable, and they're like a purplish black design.
Similar to Amorphia.
Um,
and the chick we killed.
Not necessarily. See, Amorphia had more of like dragonfly type wings.
Right. Okay.
And Mariah also had kind of more dragonfly-esque kind of type.
So these are wings, but different. Buggy, but not the same.
If I look at them, do I recognize them being with, or no?
As like a certain race or something?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
None of you, like, you've all have heard of like flying races and stuff, but this doesn't click at all in any type of thing.
Felix just likes wings on his characters.
She's it's fair. I've had a lot of winged characters.
Okay.
She's wearing a like pink overcoat dress thing that's like a faded pink. It's not like bright pink. And that goes to the floor. And she kind of like squints a little bit as she looks at you. And she looks like 50, but like
50 going on 90.
More like 50 going on like 30, kind of like that weird, like almost timeless kind of appearance.
Great. Okay.
So, a little bit similar to like Kalina, where she like looks, young, but if you like
She's
look a
a
little closer,
vampire
you can tell
butterfly.
she's a little bit older. But she's not like it's not the same pale skin. You don't see fangs or anything that would allude to the fact that they are the same race. But in similar quality, they
Okay.
have this weird timeless effect to them. And as she's pulling open the door, you see the kid is standing in,
Mhm.
and she's like opening the door, you see like it's cluttered, like all the walls are just covered with hanging things and ingredients
Oh,
and spices, and you're kind of hit with like this very pungent herbal scent, and you see the kid like sitting on
never particularly liked going to the doctor's office, to be fair.
sitting on a chair, and as you guys are entering, she turns like this bluish color and kind of reshifts into like a bluish colored fox sitting in the chair.
Oh, the kid?
The kid. Um,
I'm so
Wait,
confused by
did we all-
everything happening in this
did we all
universe, Josh.
enter at this point?
Jake,
What was that, Jake?
I think you wanted to know if we all entered.
well, as she's pulling the door open, she's like, "Good evening. What can I do for you?" Oh wait, here are the people that I asked for. Come in, come in.
You asked for us.
Yes, I am Sagittarius.
Jay got the frozen again.
He was just sitting still.
He's really sitting still, man. He is.
He
Win
was
a
still
staring
moving on my
contest
screen.
against that guy.
Okay.
Hang
Right.
on the back.
Up there.
Anyway,
I'll hear you again.
Right.
and she kind of as she
I
pulls the door widely open.
follow.
It's not a terribly large building. It's like 20 by 20 feet. And it looks like this is her entire house.
Oh
So you
gosh.
see the bed and like kind of a kitchenette kind of thing, like everything. And also it must kind of looks like almost like a shop of
Like
some
a business
sort.
as well.
Like
Oh jeez.
it's very
Everything in one.
I've been to
Holy
those
cow.
places in Korea.
and she kind of motions for there's a couple of chairs, and the fox kind of jumps down and goes and like curls up next to the bed rather than perching on a chair. So there are now 3 chairs available for.
Okay, so as we walk in, I don't know. So Jake, did you walk in? Fist, did you walk in?
Probably. I'm asking, did I see the fox change shape?
Because unless you were directly following them, no. Because you said you were hiding next to the building, kind of to wait so that she didn't see you when she opened the door. You would have probably missed that.
Right.
So
Okay.
whoever walks in, when I sit down, you just see me like, but not looking at her, looking past her at her wings.
Right.
Anyway,
That's it.
continue.
Okay. This is technically the first time I've seen that.
Right. There's all sorts of weirdness going on here.
So do you all sit down or are you standing? What is?
I'll sit.
I'm not gonna sit.
I'll sit.
Okay.
Undine just plops down,
I'll just kind of
I'll
hop
look
up
around.
onto the stool.
looking around, taking it all in,
And you
staring at the
see,
fox a little.
as you're kind of looking, the entire floor, like the full 20, it's not, because it's kind of a rectangle-ish angle. It's weird. There's about a 10-foot circle carved in, just solidly burned into the wood. Kind of like a runic teleportation circle or something
Similar
like
to what I saw in the town.
that. In
Different characters, but like similar function.
in a similar appearance. But it's like 10 feet off the floor and it's not clear. There's stuff that's kind of like creeping onto it. It's since
Right.
everything's so cluttered.
She's a bit of a hoarder.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
And in the very center there is a table, 4-legged table, And in the center of this, there's just a glass orb that's like completely transparent.
Great. So, you asked us to come, and we're here. What's the dealio?
I did. So I see that you have met Sakharin, my pet.
Right, I was wondering a little bit once it changed.
Yes.
It was a little bit. Also explains why they wouldn't really talk to us.
She's very intelligent, but it's and she can understand you, but she just takes whatever form is needed for the task at hand.
Right. Is this like true form, or is this just another form to be more appealing to people because maybe her true form is not so pleasant?
This is her true form, right here.
Oh, okay.
She is truly a blue fox.
Right, that's very cool.
I am Sagittarius. Indigo told me a little bit about you and what you had been looking into, and with the temple and whatnot. And I was wondering if there was anything I could help you with. I can show you things or people or objects or places if that would be of service to you. But it is a terrible thing what happened at the temple, and if you are attempting to fix that, I would like to offer my services.
Right, what might your allegiance to the temple be? Or do you have one, or just I just don't know how you're necessarily involved in this, and I'm trying to connect all dots, because let me tell you, there are a lot of people involved in this business, and it's gotten shenanigans.
I know,
And that's a word.
I have been keeping tabs on some of them, but
in my mind, I just got a fist. What was that word? Oh my gosh!
I am friends with
It's ridiculous.
Indigo. I'm originally from Varagon, but I have a teleportation circle here, and I can transport between here and my place in Varagon. And
That sucks.
I alternate locations, but I am. If you are asking whether or not I am good or evil, I lean towards. I attempt to do good in the community, and getting the relic back from the bad people who have it, I feel like is the best case scenario for this.
Right. So teleporting, that's pretty cool.
Yes.
Would you by chance be able to teleport anywhere else? Like, I don't know, Roma or Marta? No, nowhere specific.
Unfortunately, I do not have that spell for interplanar travel.
Not as useful.
I can take you to Varagon with me, but I do not feel like that is
Right.
as helpful for you.
Not in
would
particular.
get us out of this problem.
But
Well, not really. I mean, running from a problem isn't getting you out of a problem.
that is true.
That's fair.
It would just get you to a different realm, but not solve anything.
Right, I've heard of these animals that just stick their head in the sand and they think it takes care of the problem, but they're sorely mistaken.
I actually saw one do that.
It's pretty
Looks like it hurts.
Right. What, I mean, you've got a lot of things around your house. Is there something in particular that you're skilled in?
Well, I am skilled at, seeing a little bit into the future. Sometimes I can sometimes see, but I'm a little bit better at. I can show you a person or a place or a thing.
I really keep wanting to sing I Can Show You the World, and I'm trying really hard not to.
I can.
You all froze on mine. What did you say, Miriam?
I want to sing. I show you the world. Nothing. Okay, moving on.
Anyway, um, uh, so is there a particular thing that you would like to know more about, or
Right, yeah. I think we'd like to know a little bit more about. Oh gosh, what do we not want to know about?
well, I have
Where's
here.
Lucian?
Where's Lucian? Okay. Do you want to see?
Is this like a limited thing, or can you do this like a number of times? I don't want to waste my if this is like a 3 wishes business, I don't want to waste it.
A three would be a great drain on me. But so, if it is not as important, maybe don't ask that one. But
I mean, it depends on who you talk to. All the things we're dealing with are important. It
it's
just
fair.
depends on
But
who
I
you're
am
talking
asking what
to.
is important for you.
Sagittarius.
I am very powerful, but it's limited to a certain extent.
Um, what can you reveal about a person? Intense motives, underlying feelings about the subject. What is the extent of that?
Um, I I am somewhat insightful, but I do not have a magical way of drawing out one's intentions. Um, Sometimes by
Okay,
peering into where someone is, you can see something that would describe their motive, but no, I can't force them to
so you
tell
are
me.
able to see a physical location, not gauge someone's intent.
Well, I can try, but not by magical
It's not a
means.
science, it's an art, so you get a little bit of mixed
Yes,
results.
I am very good at reading people, but I mean I am limited
Um,
somewhat.
I'm gonna just start looking around her house.
Okay,
In my head, I talk to Fisk. Um,
you don't have that
I don't know if
ability
you have the ability yet.
just
because
kidding.
Right.
it swaps. He can only be with one person at a time.
Gotcha. Just
Um.
kidding.
So you can be
So
thinking
what
things.
am I rolling like investigation or am I rolling a perception, Josh?
Unless you're like getting up and like actually physically like touching
I never
things.
sat down, by the way.
Like, are you going around and like picking things up and looking at them, or just like looking around?
Sure, yeah, I'll pick things up, I guess. Wait,
Okay,
hang on. Yeah, sure, might as well.
okay, that would be
It's the
investigation.
same either way. Okay, so then it's gonna be a 21.
Wow. Okay.
A natural 21.
So you kind of are looking around. You see a
A
lot of spices.
okay.
You see a lot of like spell components, um, and like just living space things like bowls and there's a bed and like so you see a lot of things that are just kind of like your everyday like what you'd have in a house if all of the rooms of a house were one room, and a lot of magical
Mm-hmm.
components. Are you looking for anything like in particular, like a or just
Not necessarily. I'm just looking for anything useful, honestly.
I mean, like spell components are useful, but like only with certain
Yeah.
spells. So like, there's a lot. I mean, everything in this building,
I'm trying
everything
to
is
figure out like
useful,
what
but
where she gets her magic from, or like what is she like a does she have stones? Is she like I don't know what kind of
you don't
chemistry she
see
would
you
be.
do not find any wands or books or
Crystal
stones.
balls or anything
I
like
mean,
that.
like there's a glass ball in the center, um,
Right. Okay.
but other than that, um, it just it appear like going off of that you're kind of deduce it probably comes from within her or some other power, not by like learning.
Right. Okay.
Hmm.
I'm gonna contact Ondine and be like, right, yeah, so not quite sure about this one. She really seems like she's dancing around a point. She calls us here, and then she doesn't really like get straight to the point. It's kind of wasting our time.
Well, I think she's trying to just give us any aid. Do you trust Indigo?
I mean, yeah, she's honest.
And Indigo told you, and I mean, actually, I don't know that. She said
Indigo
she's
just knows it because she helped her get here from Veragon, technically.
So just mild associates.
Yeah, other than that, that's all I know.
Right. I mean, we could try and ask her questions and take anything she says with a grain of salt.
Right, yeah.
I mean,
Makes
do we
sense.
want to try and ask her about the chap that's been communicating with you? The shadowy assassin?
Xander, I think is his name, right? Does Fist know his name, or are we just calling him Mr. Invisible?
He introduced himself as Xander.
Okay. Yeah. Xander is his name.
Right. Should we just
if you feel
give it a
like
shot?
you might know something, yeah, might as well.
I mean, we don't know really anything, so even if she can give us just a little, that is more than we have at the moment.
Right. Sounds good.
Even if it's only a half truth, I feel like if we collect enough half truths, we'll have enough to maybe not be totally blind when going in.
Right.
But right. So you said you can tell us a little bit about someone. How specific do we have to be in what we want to know, or will you just like information dump on us, whatever you can find?
Well, I will take us to see this person.
Oh, like what do you mean?
Not in reality, but yes, we will.
Right.
We can scry on them as a group.
And so they'll know. Will they know?
Maybe, but
Right.
It's a little bit. My scry is a little bit more powerful than a normal one, so.
Right. Okay. I guess we'll just give it a go. Right. So there's this bloke. His name's Xander. I do believe is what I've been told. We'd be curious to know as much as we can about him.
Okay. Can I have a description? Anything you know about him, so I can try to.
Right.
Josh, just to clarify, did we ever say that I could send a picture to a person from my memory with my mind link or not?
I don't remember. I mean, like, you could kind of like pass on like a just brief description. They wouldn't necessarily get like a photographic image, like, but you could
Okay.
convey something like that.
Okay.
So are you gonna do that, or?
No, I was just curious.
Okay. So. What does he look like?
Right. Well, he can turn invisible.
Okay.
I'm getting to my notes.
He looks exactly like Joshua. Right.
So do you guys describe Joshua?
Right. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was trying to think if I wrote anything else.
He's like an awkward, 5'11", kind of wimpy looking kid. Carries a spear.
Jacob, do you want to die?
Right. I wrote him down as the shadowy guy. So my notes aren't very helpful.
Okay. I'm going to say that you guys describe, because Fisk really got a good description, got a good look at him, so...
You're merciful. Thank you, DM.
You guys are able to describe him.
Oh, come on. That was like the... Oh, jeez. No sense of humor.
It's also not... He doesn't look exactly like me.
Doesn't he?
He is.
You said he looks like you
He has the facial
with a
like.
blindfold on.
He looks like me with a blindfold on, except me
Yeah.
after going to the gym for a really long time.
You never said that the first time.
Maybe I did. Anyway, he's strong.
I
Anyway,
don't remember it. All right.
yes, I did. I said he looked very athletic.
Okay.
Um,
All right.
okay, I think I have enough information. And she kind of waves her hands around and prepares. And she kind of motions for you all to come closer to the table at the ball.
Great.
Do you guys move
Yep.
closer? Okay.
I'm gonna look into it and whatever I need to
Okay.
do.
Um,
Maybe.
real
Yeah.
quick,
Nope.
I need you all.
I don't really move forward a whole lot.
Okay.
That's fine.
I need you all to close your eyes.
Okay.
And she closes
Wait,
her
like
eyes.
in real life? Oh.
No,
No.
not in real life. But if you
Okay.
I'm role playing.
do your characters close your
Except
eyes?
I can only close the one eye. Yeah. I have to do that.
Okay, if you are
I do.
keeping your eyes open, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, no. Okay. I guess.
8.
8. Okay.
Hang on. Oh yeah, that's okay. Not much. I got a 9, so
Yeah. Let's go.
Okay.
yeah, this is gonna be fun.
And then there was Ondine.
But Ondine did close her eyes, yes?
Yes, she did.
Okay.
Yeah, she did.
So you guys take 3 points of psychic damage.
She is Alice going
Gosh
down the
dang!
rabbit hole.
I'm freaking.
Psychic?
I'm down to 8 points, guys.
Oh, you guys kept getting into combat. That's why.
I started fighting,
He did. I
and
did.
I don't like.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I did. I ran away though.
As the entire room begins to spin a little bit, and as Ondine, you have no idea what's going on because you're.
Oh wait, I thought you meant for me it was spinning.
It's
Just
all
kidding.
visual. It's all visual. You and Sagittarius are just eyes closed. Fine. Fist and
This isn't so bad.
Fist and Tyron are going through a little bit more of an emotional gauntlet as like the building begins to kind of like warp and crack and like time seems to slow and like there's like
I look
Kinda
over
like
at Fist and I go,
Doctor Strange,
"Whoa!"
like,
it's
holding
very
and
much like
turning.
that, except everything kind of spins and then all of a sudden you guys are in just like a blank black space. And if you guys still have your eyes open, you look down and you can see like you're almost like standing on a mirror in like blackness, so you can like see reflections of yourself. Ondine, you have no idea. You're fine.
Sup, dude? How you doing?
This is so worth the 3 points of damage.
Right?
Oh my word!
And as
It's freaking tripping balls,
guys,
just like
then
whoa!
the mirror kind of starts to ripple a little bit and like waves, and then it kind of like twists upside down, and like there's a second where you feel like you're about to drown, but you're not actually in water.
I feel like that was an oddly fitting place for me to cut out.
It is a harrowing adventure, and you guys open your
Can I
eyes.
see Fist for this whole thing?
Yes.
Every once in a while I just look over and I just go, ah.
You don't
when
hear him.
when it starts to
Sound-
ripple and then it turns.
Sound is not carrying, so sound is starting to warp. And
You just
like,
see me
He
go.
said it in his head though.
Oh,
It is.
Yeah.
It is weird. There is a reason she asked you to close your eyes, and it wasn't so that she could stab you in the back.
Yeah, well, I don't know that.
And then she says, "Okay," and you all open your eyes, or just continue to have your open your eyes. Ondine, they kind of like their eyes look like super dilated.
I look totally fine. What are you talking about? Psychic, I am fine.
I'm freaking like
But
blinking and like
I
freaking
may be
dizzy as all
leaning-
get out.
I
Like,
may be leaning semi-hardly on my quarterstaff to support myself.
You guys look, and you can see you're in a grove of trees of some sort.
can I move?
You guys can
I'm in a
you guys
grove.
can move now. It kind of you're like all tense, and then it starts to kind of release.
Ooh.
I like go over the look closest tree and I just like slide down it and I just sit down.
He
So
puts his head behind a tree and
this
just.
area that you're in is very it's gorgeous. There are like groves of it's like very this beautiful grove of trees. You're kind of in a clearing where like kind of like a river pond kind like it kind of well actually it's just a river kind of but it's really slow moving kind of like but it's clear to the bottom. There's like giant lily pads and things. There's lots of flower. It's really gorgeous. The sunlight is kind of coming through the trees, and you can see 6 figures. One of them is Xander, the guy who's looks like me but is athletic and shirtless.
Of course he is. But he is just like you.
Anyway,
So Alexander.
Got him.
So you see him, and he appears to be talking to 2 figures. One of them is like 5'10", and it's a she. She's kind of wearing like the studded leather kind of modified armor to kind of fit her style. She has like long green hair, like a mintish color of green that comes down like to like her mid back, and it's pulled over to one side, and one side of her head is like shaved down, and she's wearing this like elaborate crown, of like kind of like spikes, kind of like the double like it's spiked in both directions kind of crown, and then another guy, and he is like 5'11" ish, very fit, thin, and he is also shirtless, and down one of like his shoulder into his arm is like a tattoo that it is actually like it's a black tattoo, but it's kind of like swirls and it kind of glows, and it like kind of moves as if like magic is kind of like this bluish magic kind of flows through it. And they are talking, and nearby you can see 3 figures. One of them is bound to a tree, and it is Azura. And then you see,
of course,
Declan and Amorphia, and they are not bound to a tree, but they are just frozen in place. Not petrified, just frozen.
Oh my god. Okay.
And Sagittarius kind of looks at the 3 of you. This is where he is right now, so.
But what is here?
Does anybody recognize it?
Do I recognize any of the landscape, any of the trees, any of the foliage?
Same.
Do I recognize anything to be like just anywhere I've been? Do I recognize like any distinguished like, oh, that fruit is only from this region of the realm, like, or anything like that?
Not necessarily. You do recognize, well, all of you recognize it's kind of more of like a tropical type, like verging on tropical, like probably closer to a shore type of.
Which comes from where? Where is mostly the tropical spot?
The tropical spot would be like the Skag sovereignty, the Rihax kingdom, and the
Rihax? What?
And the Zelif domain are the main tropical sections.
So where Demarda is.
Oh, Rihax Kingdom. That's the one with all the underwater cities. Gotcha.
Underwater cities?
Yeah, all the little dots over on the top right that are not on land, those are underwater cities.
Wait, so like Demarda?
Supposedly an original.
No, Demarda's on an island. Rihax, Gonda, Ostan, and Lydia, and also Tessera are all underwater, technically. I don't think we know that, but Justin knows that.
Yeah.
But okay, so okay.
So it
So,
looks some
okay.
kind of tropical.
Mhm.
So it could be near Demarda.
Which
Now,
also means
so
that underground teleportation thing may just take us to Demarda.
Perhaps actually that might be a
Actually-
thing.
Make a perception check.
all of us?
You can all make perception checks.
Guidance.
14.
Don't fail me now. Now it's gonna fail me.
Well,
Like,
I don't think I know anything.
okay. Perception is a
I have so many papers.
18.
18.
Mm,
Okay.
Yeah.
7.
Okay. Fist, you see. Did you wait? Justin, did you roll something?
14.
Okay. So actually, both of you see
Hey, let's go.
Hey.
directly under where I almost said Ondine, where Declan and Amorphia are.
Oh, gosh.
Is an identical.
Oh.
So they came through
we
and that
go
was the side
through.
effect.
Well, that's
Whoopie
the
day.
trap.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, is it a trap or was somebody
Effective.
just there ready?
But Azura is.
Because she's not.
Azura can move. She's not.
Yeah, she's
It's
tied up.
down.
Okay, so I kind of mosey on over. Does
Probably
it look like
'cause
any of them have
she's-
wounds? Any defensive wounds or like anything like that? And also, how are the three of them placed on the circle? Are the three of them like, oh my gosh, here's a circle, let's all hop on it, and then activate it, and then they got there, and two of them are standing there in the place they probably would have come out of, right? And then one person just like was immune, or does it look like the effect is wearing off? Like what
It does not look like
what?
the effect is wearing off. It does look like
I feel like we
Azura
wouldn't have any clue.
Azura for some reason is able to move.
Fine.
Perfectly fine. That's wonderful. Okay.
Right, the dude's pretty powerful, so I feel like he could probably just make people free.
Right.
Yeah.
And as
Big boy
you
hole
guys
person.
kind of move forward a little bit, kind of like as you're like looking and stuff, all of a sudden Sagittarius like stops and kind of
Oh
looks, and
hell.
then kind of backs up and says, she turns to you and says, I cannot come any closer, but you guys can.
Right, why can't you come any closer?
I believe they have hollowed this area out.
Oh,
Oh,
So
that's smart.
we're safe.
Yes.
Okay.
I
Okay,
am not.
right.
I'm gonna walk up
I stick my
to
toe.
the guy with the tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get as good of a mental picture of all three of these people as I can. Just
Yeah.
burn it into my brain, so if I see them, I'll like remember.
Right, I
Basically.
go up and listen to them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys just go up.
That's my focus.
Okay. Xander is kind of looking at the other two. We are going to need to head to Demarda soon.
Okay. Demarda.
I am going to meet the others.
Well, they're close at the very least.
I'm going to meet the others there. Our parties are split across several places, so I believe we are planning on reuniting in Demarda. Lennon has the slaves and is there awaiting our arrival. So
Lennon?
Lennon. And I believe
Like, is his first name John?
and I believe Ray will be bringing the others here to Demarda within the next week or so. And
Right.
the girl kind of looks at the three of them. So what are we going to do with them? Are we just taking them with us? Only 2 of them are stuck here for now. And she kind of looks at Azura. You could take her with you and add her to the rest, if that is what would please Lennon. I know tensions are high, so I would attempt to mend that, at least before Osiris joins us.
Son of a bitch.
Oh boy.
And the third figure kind of looks around and looks at you again. I can stay here, and the rest of you can go. Maybe Ciara and I will stay with these 2, and you can take her and go. And,
Who does he gesture to when he says Ciara?
the chick with green hair. And they kind of all...
Literally writing Ciara equals chick with green hair.
No, that's fair.
Same.
She also has, like, kind of pointed ears in a little bit more of, like, an elfish type fashion. And she's carrying a longbow. And he, the guy with tattoos, is carrying... well, actually he's carrying several weapons, but one of them is a revolver, and one of them is a short sword, and a dagger. And so he has like kind of like a belt with like all these weapons kind of mounted on them.
He like, oh, interesting. Anyway.
And
he's the one talking.
Yes.
About staying behind.
And then Alexander kind of looks around. I sense another with ancient blood. And then slowly looks directly into each of your eyes.
Like for
Snaps his
real?
fingers, and you guys are hurled. Like it. Basically, you were not prepared. It does the whole twisty thing.
Fast forward, rewind. Just.
You all take 4 points of psychic damage as
Jeez.
you guys are as time slows and speeds up, and you are all kind of off balance. And for one, there's a moment where Ondine and Fist are looking at each other, but you guys are upside down, like you guys are looking at it. One of you is upside down.
We think.
Yeah, maybe. And then like the water that isn't water kind of swirls around. And you see a fifth figure in with you for a couple moments that kind of like darts like a little bit and kind of looks at you. Which one of you has the highest passive perception?
Not
I
me.
have 13.
Yep, she beats me.
Okay, so Ondine, you kind of get a glimpse of this figure with like black hair that's kind of short and combed over the side and kind of shaved on the sides, wearing kind of like a ghostly dress kind of thing, like pale tealish skin, and dark eyes, kind of like make eye contact with you and then kind of snap out and disappears.
Okay.
And then you guys find yourself
Dark, short.
back in the room.
And then I barf.
And Sagittarius kind of grips the table as she comes up.
I look around for like a jug of anything liquid.
There's lots of jugs of things that are liquid. Would you like to pick one? Or just drink
Anything
Have you
look
not
like
learned
wine?
your lesson?
Does anything look like wine or like beer?
Right,
or
why don't
like...
you put some PXE in there with it?
I'm
and,
gonna
you know,
I'm gonna
that
hand
works
him
really well.
I mean,
I'm gonna hand
to
him
be
a
honest,
piece
like
of a root.
any number of potions, as long as they're not like green or blue, can also pass
I
as kind of
bite into a
paladin.
root. I don't know what that's supposed to
It's
do.
like it should settle your stomach. It's got like this weirdish.
It's kind of got a weird flavor.
Yeah.
And
You're not sure if I
it kind
cleaned
of
it before I,
it
put it in
kind
my
of
pocket.
settles.
Some grainy like
It's
Yeah,
dirt.
there's a little bit of the dirt.
It's slowly after a little bit, your stomach starts to feel a little bit better. And Sagittarius, she's like gripping the table and kind of bracing herself, kind of quivering just a little bit. And she looks at you, Anjin, and says, "Oh, that was his mind. He is shielded from this kind of thing, which means we saw exactly what he wanted us to."
Right, so can't really trust anything we just saw, other than the words.
Well, everything that happened really happened, but he allowed us to view it. So
Oh.
he could have blocked us.
Right. So does he know specifically who's looking, or does he just know that someone was looking?
I don't know. He seems very powerful.
Right.
Look for a cloth, and I blow up my nose.
For you. Okay.
He said there was someone with ancient blood, so he must have sensed something among us in some way, but I don't know what that means or how it connects to
Do you have
us.
ancient blood? I don't even know what ancient blood is.
Yeah,
Insight check.
anybody know what? Yeah, go for it.
On Andy.
On me?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
know.
no, I'm not in that.
Seems super suspicious. I don't know.
Right,
I'm
do
just
what you
rolling
want.
for fun. Okay, yeah, I didn't roll very good. Oh wait, still didn't roll very good. Yeah, that's only like 17.
Okay, 17. Does that? What do you say? Are you lying or telling the truth?
Well,
I mean, I don't really know anything about ancient blood, do I?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, like,
Just make it sure.
yeah, I don't. Oh, yeah, no. Maybe she seemed a little uncomfortable about the topic, but not like she actually knows anything.
The woman.
Sagittarius?
Because
I like rolled garbage on mine.
When she says maybe he sensed ancient blood, can I be like, oh, he sensed you? Can I like insight check her to see if she actually doesn't know who the ancient blood belongs
make
to?
An insight check.
Yeah. 15. Because I have no modifier. Wait, do I?
She's genuine. She doesn't.
Okay, good.
know. Like she doesn't have ancient blood.
Great. Okay. Did anyone else see what was that creature? I just caught a blur. Did anyone see what it was?
Right, I saw it, but I don't know what it was. Just
right. Yeah, I feel
look over at Fist.
I feel like we're missing a point here. So we're like getting played.
One way or another, we're getting played.
One way or another. Yeah.
So what I'm curious about is what is our next step for tonight? You know. we know where Xander's accomplices are going to be like hanging out.
Will you stop it, Josh?
We have an in with them, and
Right.
whether or not we
Right,
just
so-
like
30 on her insight check.
Jesus. Right,
On
so
who?
we know that the people that we have in Katana, the woman and the other people are going to Roma, and in a week's time, they will be in Demata. But it takes about a week to travel to Roma, teleport to Demata, week to get there. Who?
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
someone has slaves. Lenin has slaves. Ray is bringing others. The one that was tied to the tree in the sky, she is being taken as a slave, as a peace offering between Xander and
Lenin.
Lenin. So it appears as though they have a crappy working relationship. Maybe they're. I don't know. But they said we need to mend borders or something like that before
Fences, but
Osiris
yeah,
joins
it's a
us.
similar concept.
Depends on what border you're at. Yes, before Osiris joins us. So that is implying that Osiris is near joining them.
Right, we were all there for the conversation, right?
I'm rehashing the high points for
Okay.
myself as much as you.
As long as we're all on the same page.
Yes.
I'm going to turn to Sagittarius, and with my mind, I'm going to ask her. How did she like learn to cast? Like, where does her magic come from?
Okay, well, you ask that. I'll be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom.
And in her mind, she tells you, I have been training for many, many years. I have found that I have a connection with nature and can draw on that energy in order to accomplish what I need to. So I guess you could say that it comes from nature and from within. Why do you ask?
I'm just curious. Seems like something that would be kind of, interesting to have.
It is
Didn't know if it was something I could learn, but I just figured I'd ask.
With many years of training, you could learn, but to get to
Yeah,
the point
not
where I
don't
was
really
able
have
to
that much
fly,
time.
it's been quite some time.
Yeah. So you don't know the Xander fellow, right?
No,
You
I
never heard of
don't.
him. Do you know anything about Osiris?
Oh, Osiris, isn't that the name of the Bane of Ravana?
Yeah.
I mean, I have not heard too much. I believe he is quite young, but if he has rid the realm of one of our greatest evils, I mean, that's points for him, but I do not know too much.
Right, yeah. Just wondering, like, if he were to come back from, like, wherever he's been at this whole time, what would it mean for everybody else in the world?
I don't know. I mean, what do you mean come back?
Well, like, isn't like been gone or like he's? I'm trying to remember all I know about Osiris. He's been in like prisoned, right?
No.
No. Well, where is he?
No one
Didn't-
knows. The One, Ravana had been imprisoned, and Medusa has been
Right, and then
imprisoned.
he stabbed her, but then he stabbed her, supposedly.
He might have stabbed Ravana, yes.
Oh, I thought he was like, okay, well, this is just...
Because I thought they were trying to
crap.
free Osiris.
Yeah. What the crap?
I don't believe there's anything to free. I think he is already free.
Osiris is just running around.
Right, yeah, so then,
I mean,
like, where is Osiris?
not too many
Jeez.
people have heard of him or seen him recently, but as far as I
And who are they
know...
trying to free?
Huh?
I feel like they were trying to free someone.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Yeah, they were trying to get everybody.
To
I knew.
clarify,
Okay, so
the
one
Forgotten-
group is trying to free the Makura.
They're trying to free the Forgotten.
The
Forgotten
Forgotten
is the
are
group.
trying to free themselves because they are all bound in some way.
Oh, they're not trying to free Osiris. I thought they were
No.
trying to free Osiris from
Osiris
something.
is their leader.
Oh.
Oh. Yeah,
My
that
bad.
Oh. Okay.
So the Forgotten then, yeah. What do you know of them?
I mean, not too much. I believe that is a very recent group in the last year or so.
Fantastic.
That has been formed. So
I really need to finish my book, guys.
there has not been documentation of them really at this point that I have read, at least.
Yeah.
Right. Tell you what.
Right.
I'll do a quick conversation with her. Would you wait outside for just a moment?
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to the two of them. I can have a private word with Sagittarius.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Right second?
It'd be nice. It won't take long.
Okay.
I mean, I'm done with her. She's not really giving us much. I'm just gonna
Right. I have a few more questions, I guess, when you're done, but I'll go outside.
Okay.
Sagittarius.
I'm gonna go. Wow, that's rude. I'm gonna. No,
Turn about
I'm gonna go read my book.
Okay.
Sagittarius, if I give you an exact physical description of a man, I assume you can find him. One more time tonight?
I can find a couple more people, yes.
I give him an exact physical description of Halcor.
Of Halcor?
Yes.
Okay.
I for sure closed my eyes this time.
Okay.
Learned your lesson.
Yep.
And there's just like blackness, and then she's like, okay. And you open your eyes. And you are in the forest. You see a couple of carts and Halcor and Nyrit. Is that what her name was?
Nyrit, I think.
And Nyrit, and they're like making camp.
Okay. Is it just a couple carts, or are they still in the caravan from when I left?
They're not in the caravan. It's just them.
Healthy, looking like they're doing all right.
They look fine. They're quiet. But
they always were.
They're just kind of doing their thing.
I woke up to the lead horse into one of the carts, who I'm very familiar with. I just kind of as Halcor kind of takes them and pulls them. Doesn't even have to like pull the reins. He just literally just takes the reins and just walks, and there's no tension on them. They just follow him. I kind of walk over to the lead horse, who I remember, and just smile at him. Thank you for the lessons, friend. And I look at Halcor, and I look at Nairit. Huh. But I'm done. Thank you very much.
And you close your eyes because you were prepared to go leave this time, and find yourself back in the room. Is that
I just refuse to
what
stop.
you wanted
Okay.
to see?
Yes, thank you very much, Sagittarius. I will leave you in peace to your conversation with Undine. And I walk out.
Okay. Do you go back in on
Did you just walk outside and start reading?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. I look at you as Undine walks in, and as she closes the door, I'm just like, "Can we do the mind thing again?"
I never turned it off.
Oh, cool. I want to start that conversation.
Okay.
Cool.
Sounds good.
Can I read and have a conversation?
I mean, technically in this time, you're not really going to get much read like, it might be 10 minutes
Yeah,
maybe,
okay.
so, like,
Sure.
but, okay.
Fair
Undine,
enough.
you go back inside. She kind of nods to you. Is there anything else I can do to be of service?
Right. Well, it looks like you have a lot of magic around here, so I just didn't know if you had any supplies that we might be able to use. Any magic? I mean, I don't know how your stuff works. I know you said you trained, but I mean, this kind of looks like a shop. So, if you really do want to help,
It is a shop of some sort. Is there any particular components or things that you are looking for that I could
right,
provide?
components. That would probably be a list I should have as somebody who also casts magic, but I don't know which of mine really. Yeah, my app doesn't tell me a lot about those things.
Well, you don't need components.
No, some of the bigger things usually.
But those need like diamonds of certain.
Yeah, and I don't think I have any of those yet.
And I don't think you have.
I think I'm low.
100 or plus gold
Oh yeah,
to buy a diamond. So.
I mean, I have 96 gold. Thank you very much.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I haven't spent very much yet.
See, Fist is like at 0 anyway.
Yeah. Right. I don't know if I need components per se, but just anything that will aid us in our travels, in our journey. Any, I know, minor illusion type things. If you have any ability to give us a way to cast those, even if it's just small, slight changes in appearances. I don't know what you do. It's
like disguising yourself of some sort.
Right, even just minor things like, a scar here and, a tattoo here, things that aren't permanent but might make it a little bit hard for identification. I don't know how skilled you are. In that, I mean, obviously you're skilled. You just took us to Shenanigan land with the big mean guy, but right, you get the point.
Well, I have a couple crystal necklaces that could aid you in disguising yourself or slightly changing your appearance, if that is something that you'd be interested in.
Right, I would actually be greatly interested. Like, how much so? Can I make myself look like an entirely different person just with this? Like, what is my range of expectation?
As the DM, you could cast Disguise Self.
Okay, I'd have to look it up because that's not usually my skill set when I play D&D. So
Disguise Self.
I mean, I can literally just look right here.
yeah, you can change your appearance to be anything, or you could do like a slight, like you with scars or something like that. Um, and it lasts for 1 hour, and you could cast it 3 times a day.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that would be helpful to. We're dealing with people, I mean, who are powerful, and some might be able to see it through it, but not everybody has that ability. So we might be able to hide ourselves a little.
Well, I would. I have a couple of them, and I would sell them to you for 25 gold pieces each.
Right, I'll take one.
One?
I don't need more than that.
Okay, very good.
Um,
And she goes and gets like a, it's like a leather strap kind of necklace, and on the end it's kind of tied to, like some like metal wire that kind of wraps around and holds together, tightly, holds in a like greenish bluish.
So almost like what I
Opaque.
painted on my mini, except there's 3 of them on my mini instead of 1.
Oh, probably, yeah. Kind of.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know.
Crystal.
It probably won't work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you
Yeah.
can see that. But
Yeah, I can see those.
And so this crystal, at
Okay.
the end of it. So, and she gives it to you.
Right, and I hand her money.
Okay. Is there anyone or anything you would like to see before you go?
Right, I'm in a little bit of conflict here.
There is so much range for something like this, and the possibilities are endless. It is hard to choose.
Right, is it just people or is it objects?
I could try to find an object if you are familiar and can describe it in great detail to me.
Trying to remember my backstory a little bit. I'm trying to remember my life stone.
Mm-hmm.
Did we establish where it came from? Is it the one from the box?
I think that's what it said in the book. Like, there was
Yes.
the life one was from the box.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so I do have that. Right. Do you need a name or just a description?
A description is fine.
Right.
As long as it's detailed.
So I'm looking for a woman who looks fairly similar to me. Similar, same race. Very serious, very proper. Dark hair that is always pulled back in a bun and very harsh looking. Stern, perhaps. Once maybe was kind, but is jaded.
Okay.
I'm assuming you know who I'm looking for? Okay.
I think I do. I hope so. There were too many characters in your backstory, so.
I was going to say, there's only like a handful.
Okay.
And one of them's already dead, so.
Yeah.
I think.
I think there are more dead people from your backstory than there are alive
people.
There
are actually.
Jeez.
Okay, close your eyes.
Right.
No. Leave them open. Go for the ride.
Heck no. Remember, I was in that fight too. So.
And it's black.
Mm-hmm.
You deep breath. Okay, we're here.
Okay, I opened my eyes.
And you're in a proper, dining hall. And she, you see her walking through it. And someone runs, like a messenger runs in, and kind of whispers something to her. And she, still chin kind of up, grabs the shoulder, squeezes a little bit, and the black trails start to go across the face. And he
What the
chokes
crap?
a little bit and drops to the floor. And another figure, not a messenger, walks into the room. And kind of, what did you do? She, don't bring me bad news. And then walks, brushes past them, and you guys kind of follow. And she just goes into a different room that kind of has like a study, and sits down and kind of is writing and looking through some pages and stuff, and continues to do that because it lasts 10 minutes, or until you don't want to be here anymore.
If she's by herself, not talking to anybody, then I'm going to just quickly look around the room as much as I can to get any sort of maps, any letters that I can just I mean, I obviously can't interact with anything, but anything I can read over her shoulder, any information about where she is, what she's doing.
Okay.
If she knows where I am.
Make an investigation check.
You've not been rolling nice. You are not rolling much better. Poop on a stick. 4.
4?
Guys are failing me, yes. Now they all roll above a 15.
Okay. You kind of look around. There's nothing laying directly open. She's like kind of writing a letter, but she's kind of keeping it.
Covering it.
And you kind of gather she's smart. She's not just going to leave out pages and maps and details.
Is there a window?
There is a window.
I look out the window.
And looking out the window, it appears to be that the building of whatever that she is in is on the top of like a kind of like a sea cliff. So you can see ocean that spreads out, as far as the eye can see in that direction, and you can kind of look down and see the edge of the cliff as it continues down.
Nowhere I've been before.
No.
Okay.
And as you near towards the 10-minute mark, Sagittarius kind of comes up and puts her hand on your shoulder and kind of looks at you. Are you ready?
She just clenches her fists for a minute.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. You close your eyes. And a moment later, you open them and you're back in Sagittarius' shack.
Right. Well, you've been helpful. Thank you. Like your fox, by the way, and I head out the door.
Thank you.
Right, she was super helpful. I bought this cool necklace off of her, and I suppose we should decide what we're going to do and get some rest. So, shall we head back to Kalina's and chat about that?
And at this point, it is 9.
Yeah.
So it's dark. And yeah.
Dang. Yeah, I feel like that's pretty much the only thing we can
Fist,
do
you would
tonight.
have gotten like 10 well, did you read? Well, you probably didn't read while talking to Tyron, so we'll say
I mean, I can multitask, but
you got 5 minutes of reading time. Like, actually reading, because you were reading at a slightly slower pace.
okay.
It's only 1 hour and 55 minutes left.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you guys head back to Cleanus then?
Yeah,
Sure.
but were they having a conversation while I was?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've already had it.
Oh, gotcha.
So
You're literally muted, so nobody knows what you're saying.
We had like a 4-hour conversation over building at work, and then we're just like, "Hey, Josh, instead of like
Gotcha.
playing this out in game, can we just streamline this process?"
Gotcha.
Oh
Okay.
gosh.
So you guys head back to Cleanus. Are you guys like going to your rooms or just gonna sit at a table? What is?
Well, I feel like we have to come to a decision about this.
Right.
What time are we supposed to meet with the bad people tomorrow?
Like noon.
Noon.
On the one hand, we can let Osiris relic and take it, and we can get there and chase them down again, or we can travel with them, and maybe catch them in the act and stop them. But they are immensely powerful. We are not. Also, why are we interested in keeping the relics out of their hands?
Right.
Yeah.
I was more wanting to get to the temple. Protecting the relic was kind of like, hey, these buttheads did something bad here, and I don't like it, and I don't want them to do it somewhere else. And it
Right.
potentially means a lot of lost life, which I'm kind of against. Against, I guess, if I'm Canadian. But I'm not. So, I mean, I have my motivations, but I don't know what yours are.
Mm.
And at this point, also Declan, I mean, I've kind of become friends with him, I feel like. And he's in a sticky situation, and I feel like...
Hey Josh, from my scribe, did I recognize at all where they were?
Forest.
Anything beyond that?
Nope.
Like
Just
different time
forest.
of day, jungle, or
I mean,
like
it
pine
was like,
forest,
it was
or like
late.
It was tropical.
It was late.
it was a tropical forest,
That's what I
Josh?
said. Oh, wait, what?
Not.
No,
Your
my
people?
scribe.
Oh, gotcha. I
Yeah.
went
Okay,
out
so
and we were
not a
still talking
tropical
about
forest.
Yeah.
Alright.
Not. It was
Alright,
not a
alright,
tropical
alright,
forest.
alright,
It was just a
alright,
forest, generic with no description. Anyway, Ondine, you were saying
Yeah.
something.
Right. I was saying I feel like I need to go after Declan. I don't know. I think that's what I was saying.
Yeah, that's what you were saying.
And that is a good motivation, I think, for all of us, because Declan was nice to us, and he helped us. So I think getting him and the others and returning them to the temple is a good way to repay them.
Right, and they're literally people who deal with healing, and so I feel like we need as many people like that in the world as we could possibly have.
Yes.
And prevent as many as we can from the other side to walk. I was going to say the planet, but realms and business is kind of confusing. So people to walk the realms who maybe are of the opposite goal. But basically, I feel like we have two choices. We go with the group tomorrow and keep our enemies closer. Or we risk a trap and we go through the teleportation circle underneath.
Personally, I feel like we have a little bit more power going with the group of people. I don't like walking into something if I know that there's a possibility that I'm not going to be able to escape from the trap. However, we can play these people to our advantage. I kind of like that idea.
Potentially. The only problem is if Osiris told them that there are people who might be in their midst. I don't know how much he knows
That
about
wasn't
us.
Osiris, that was Xander.
Right,
Well, yeah.
that guy. That guy,
Yeah,
Xander.
it was Xander that pushed us out of his mind.
But
Just
he's
making sure
pretty
we have all of our.
powerful, yeah.
Right.
He seemed pretty powerful, and
It's a little unsettling, ain't it?
right. And so again, there's a potential that they know who we are. And again, we're back to that point where we're playing who knows
Yeah.
what.
So while we're on the topic,
If it gets us there, it
ancient
gets us.
blood, right? Yeah.
Right,
We're all around the table. We don't know what that is, or we just like.
No. I know
Or
every
somebody's
realm
not
has
saying
ranked
something.
ancients.
Does
Right, yeah, no.
mystic would a mystic count as ancient, like having ancient blood? Like, is that a thing?
Right, I think it's
all
very
It's not a whole
specifically
night.
tied to ancient, like
Right. Yeah.
I know every realm has ancient people. Like right here, they call them the originals.
They call them the originals, yes.
Right. So, I mean, for all we know, it was Sagittarius.
Right.
Yeah.
So-
Well, I mean, like, yeah, probably, maybe. Point is,
It's fine.
there's some things.
I'm not necessarily concerned with it.
Well,
So,
I'm
like,
just-
I'm looking to understand what our plan is for when we get to Roma, and we go to teleport to
Demarca.
and what's our plan there? Like,
Right.
Do we travel to Roma with the people, and then do we like kill all the people except for the teleporty person, and then
Right,
use
then
that?
I just have to
I feel
hope
like
that the teleporting
'cause I feel
person
like-
takes us to the right place.
Right, yeah. Well, I figure, she has to draw something on the ground, right? Like the teleportation. So if we can just get her to finish that, and then just, I don't know, off ahead or something, I guess. But my other thing is, how many people are in this group of what's her name? Lady, a friend.
Paris.
Yeah, that one. Like, how many people are we dealing with here?
I don't know if she told me. I took a lot of notes.
Yeah.
I don't know how many of them there are. If we go there, they know
feel like
we're
that's-
coming. And if we just teleport with the group, we might be walking into a trap on that side as well.
Right, yeah. And when Xander contacted me, I didn't necessarily say that I was going to be able to get to Damata or when I was going to get to Damata and like that stuff. Hopefully I made it vague enough. But at the same time, he kind of caught me off guard. So like, yeah, this is a sticky situation to be in.
Right. I feel like
I know
it's
it's
kind of a
right.
lose-lose situation.
Right, yeah. And Tyron,
Hmm.
I know you don't want to leave your dragonette behind, but I feel like if she comes with us, then there's the possibility that she won't be able to get through the teleportation ring, right?
There is that possibility.
I don't know if you wanted to like send her ahead to Damata.
I heard her head, and then I realized you said a head.
Yeah, sorry. That's a little misconstrued.
Just put her head through.
You just want to send her ahead.
It's like the beginning of Thor Ragnarok. You cover my workplace in brains, scare away my company.
So
Yeah.
there is a little bit of another advantage to not going with the group. It's going to take them, a week, we said, to get to Roma?
6 days, yeah.
6 days. So that gives us 6 days to, less than. We want to get there before them, but to
Right, yeah.
Demarda. To try and help a little bit more with what's going on in the city. I know you were keen on that, Fist, to try and help Katana with their Nalel problem.
Well, I feel like it's just the right thing to do. We might be able to do that next morning, tomorrow morning.
So but it depends on how much. If we get get in deep, it might take more time. Whereas if we travel through the circle we know about, yes, we run the risk of a trap, but maybe we could take a day or two to collect items to protect us. maybe an ally or two. I mean, especially since our goal is to rescue Declan and people of the city, we might be able to get some help with that.
Right. Yeah.
And then do a little bit of work here in the city, and then continue on. And I don't want to. I mean, I feel like you wanted to go to the temple as well, but I don't. Again, I feel like we need to balance our purposes and our goals. No one's goal is more important than the others. So I don't want to. I know you felt strongly about that, so I don't want to just ignore how you felt.
Right, yeah. But speaking of goals, Undine, if you don't mind me asking,
Right.
what was your reason for being at the temple?
Well, I like to heal. I like life, and my purpose is to preserve that. And that's what that place is all about. It's about healing. And
Right.
so I went just to find out what they could teach me, and that's when I met Declan, and Declan explained to me what was happening. And part of preserving life is sometimes eliminating those who would seek to destroy it. And so I offered my services, and he was very, very thankful for the help.
And were you planning on moving on to the other temple eventually, or do you have any interest in going to that one? If it wasn't for the fact that the bad people are there.
I mean, there's not anything in particular. I think it's fascinating that their relic is in polar opposition to the one that's here. So something that is intended to take life and curse it, I do find fascinating and beneficial to my studies.
What's the relic?
It's like the cursed blade or something, wasn't it?
It's the corrupted nature blade.
Corrupted nature blade. So something about
must have not been here when that was mentioned, because I don't know that at all.
Might not have been.
That was last
but
session.
was it? I can't. Yes, doing research. Yeah. So I mean, something that's in polar opposition to my purposes is always going to carry some fascination. If I can understand what I'm fighting, I can feel like I can always do better. Or protecting people from.
Interesting.
But it sounded like you were also interested in the temple as well.
Yeah. What's more about what's happened with the temples that I'm interested in.
What do you mean?
Every single temple that I've visited recently has either experienced some sort of an attack or some sort of a heist, and every relic has been taken, and members of the temple have gone missing. And no more than a day before I get into this city, and the same thing happens to the temple here.
So the idea of getting to the temple before...
Right. My only thought is that it's going to happen over there sooner rather than later.
Right. And if there's a way that we could find out a little bit more about this Lenin chap.
Right.
Use that to their advantage. They already don't like each other. So. Well, no, I'm totally for it. It seems like a great endeavor.
Yes, if we can, by the way,
I'm not saying we're partner with him.
Extra tension between Lenin, and then we might be able to break the alliance and weaken them.
My only concern is, there's not just one group that's after the relics. We've seen that already.
Right.
I think we can almost count 3 different groups. So
at least 2.
That's where I'm a little
forgotten
concerned,
the other one.
Right.
Because I was hoping it'd be a little less complicated, and the more and more that I've gone down this rabbit hole now in my journey, I'm kind of running out of time, and I'd like to solve this problem sooner than later.
Do you know how many relics have been taken?
So what?
Do you know how many relics have been taken? You said you've kind of been tracking this event for a while.
Right, yeah. To my knowledge, this is the This is the 3rd one, right, Josh?
3rd missing relic.
Right. This would be
Third temple, third missing relic.
pretty sure. It is. Yeah, it's the third one, right?
Yeah.
Hold on, my connection's all kinds of crap. Okay. Yeah. So it's like the third relic.
How many are in this realm? Is it just from this realm that they're disappearing, or is this extending beyond?
No, it's all over. I've been to two of the temples in Varagon, and both of them experienced their relic went missing, and this is the first temple I was able to get to. I only just got in to Lillian about 6 months ago.
Oh, you've been here longer than I have.
So, right.
And I've been here longer than both y'all.
Did you
I
not
was
think
born here.
Well, there's that. Did you not think to ask Sagittarius about Veragon since she's from there?
Well, I mean, what's it? What do you need to know about Varagon?
I don't know if anything she knew about the relics. I mean, maybe she doesn't know anything more than you do, I guess.
I feel like that lady's a little bit more hocus pocus and like knows a lot of things.
True.
Well, maybe she knows stuff currently, but most of the stuff that I'm curious about has already happened. So,
right.
I might visit and talk with her a little bit later. But
yeah, we know where she is.
Half the time.
My only concern with this is like now that another relic has been put in jeopardy, I want to get to Damata as soon as possible.
Right.
But I also want to do it the right way.
Right.
I don't want to compromise.
I think we're in danger no matter what we choose. We just have to choose how much danger we want to put ourselves in.
Right.
Josh, if we were to travel by foot to Damarta, how many days would we say that would take? Because it's 6 Roma, so it'd be like 12, 18, 20, 24, like almost a month.
Yeah.
You'd be looking
if I'm
at
just
20,
if I'm
20 plus.
Yeah, okay, let's not do that.
And how you traveled the water.
Right, yeah, because there's water between us and them.
Right, so
yeah.
How many relics are in this realm?
You said 2,
to my
right?
knowledge, that's about 2. There should
Just
be.
The 2.
There's 2 temples that I know of that are here in Alawelian.
Right.
Yes.
So there's not even the ability to try and head them off at the next one.
Of the temple
So what?
Relics, there are
right, yeah, the temples that have relics, there are 2 of them here.
But yes.
Yes.
Yes. But specifically the ones we're tracking.
The ones that I care about, at least. Yeah, relics are a thing, actually. Wait, Josh, where did you say that relic that I read about is at? Where is that one? And what is that one?
Say that again.
Gosh dang it, guys, I need to finish my book.
Like the history book, it's on Alawelian.
Right now, like where you said that I read something about a relic, one of the relics with the portal thing that could open a portal. Where was that at? Or you just
that was different. That didn't have to do with one of the temple relics. That was a story about Desmond Hawk,
right,
and a fairy adventurer who had a portal gun.
Dope.
At one point, and when imbued with the right type of magic, it could open a realm portal. However,
this guy, what was his name?
Desmond Hawk.
Desi.
It is been since lost to time in near Tessera.
Is Tessera in a lake?
Underwater.
It's in the middle of a lake, yeah.
Okay.
Not the middle, but yeah, it's in a lake. It's like Gungan City.
Right, yeah.
My only agenda is to put distance between myself and Prethne and the Onyx Amulet. If
Right,
I
yeah, that's
can
fair enough.
leave no trail here, I would love that. So if we can find a way to travel to the opposite side of the realm in an instant, I would love that.
Right, yeah, but you see, mate, like, what if this portal can't take your dragon to the other side? Like, what if your dragon has to fly? You know what I mean? I'd rather she get a head start, and then we can in for her to like get to
Yes.
and then figure out she has
If we
to fly
opt
12
to
days.
go to right, so we have to decide which we're going. Are we going to travel with them, or are we going to stay a few days, help here, and then take the circle underground to where we saw Xander? Because that influenced my decision.
Do you think it'd be possible to like catch up to the group of people? Like if we had to stay here and like do some business, and then have them like, if we know what route they're taking, and we could like catch up to them.
Right, if they're
You
just
know, that'd
staying
be
on the main
possible.
road, that would be
If we
doable.
stayed tomorrow and we helped tomorrow and we slept and then we went after them, they would only have a half day ahead of us.
Prescott could probably like catch up with them.
I could catch up with them in a quarter of a day. Not having any resistance
So
to
long
my
as you
feet is
like
very
keep
nice.
tab
She
on
can
them.
fly quickly.
Yeah.
Right. I also have a question. Sagittarius, she said that Xander was able to push us out because we scried specifically on him.
Right.
What if we made him not the center of our scry? What if we made Declan?
Yeah, that's fair.
Because if we could make Declan the center of our scry, then perhaps we could find out what's real. Because that was the whole issue with that, is we don't know what's real and what is just, like, he showed us what...
She said that was real. He just selected the amount of time he stayed.
Right, yeah, but that's
that would allow us. That would allow us to see an unaltered, unfiltered view of what is going on.
Yeah, right, yeah.
And I might be able. Gotta look at my spell books again. What did I get? No, I don't want to share it. I want to look at it.
You sure?
I don't think sending was in any of mine.
Oh.
Sending is also a 3rd level.
Oh, that's right.
Right, yeah. So,
but if we can find Lucian, might be able to try and send a message to Azura and find out if it was trapped or if they run into them at the sigil.
Yeah.
It looked to me, unless someone was immediately or waiting for them to come through, I do not see how it could have been anything else than a trap.
Right, but how would they have known to trap it?
You said yourself there was a trap.
No, I just
looked at it.
No.
When you looked at the side of the sigil, you said that
on the teleportation ring.
You said it looked a little bit odd.
There might be.
Yeah, you said you didn't know like what would happen to us physically if we went through there. You also knew it was one way.
I knew it was one way.
It was or was not trapped. So
I don't know.
But you wouldn't know.
Right, yeah.
Right, that's more of it. I just don't know. I don't know enough about sigils to know about traps for them. I know it was one way, and I know that it needed to be powered. That's all I know. So it could be, or it couldn't be.
Right.
That's what we don't.
So, here is what I propose. We tell the group that we might catch up with them in a day or so, and we stay here tomorrow, come back early in the morning to Sagittarius to see if she can scry on Lucian, find Lucian, ask him for information about what the spell you asked about, see if we can contact Azura, get information from her,
And then we know whether we need to catch the group to get to Demata, or whether we can safely take the portal underground.
Is Violetta
underground.
nearby?
She's in the cantina.
I would just like to clarify something. While
Hmm.
scrying,
Right.
you cannot interact with people.
Right.
Right.
Right. We're talking about scrying on Lucian, getting Lucian to take
Finding out where
sending
Lucian is
to
what he's
right.
trying to
He's
say.
just
Yeah, scrying on
trying to
Lucian.
locate Lucian
I
so
thought
we
you
can
were
go get
adding,
him.
like, scrying on someone to ask them for
No.
information.
No.
Lucian
No.
casting to Azura telling us if
Right.
the
It's a lot
portal
of
was
running
trapped.
around.
Okay.
It's a lot of
just
running
wanted to
around,
clarify
but at the
Right,
same
I'm just-
time,
Yeah.
Right.
Is
No
Violetta
one
ready
meeting.
there?
Violetta is working, yeah.
Right. I wave her down.
Okay, she comes over. Good evening. What
Right.
can I do?
You have lots of connections in the city now that you're this like important consultant person, correct?
I always had connections, but yes.
Right. Perfect. Where is Lucian?
Love this.
Has he been found? I know he went missing. I know he's working on an Alale problem. We need him.
Let me go check. I will get back to you
Right.
very soon. And she heads
Thank you.
back into the kitchen.
Right.
If she doesn't have an answer, we can try it your way, but I figure we might as well use the resource under our own roof before
Right. Yeah. Smart.
I start to slide out of the booth, but then I stop. Would either of you like a drink?
coffee if they have it.
All right.
I'll take a Camellia study if they have it.
Oh, you just went super robot. Hold on, one more time now. Again, please. Okay. Yep.
Hang on.
Yep. Yeah. Coffee for Andy.
Okay.
Ale for myself. And
I don't know why my connection's fluctuating. Okay.
Fist, what you want?
Right. Yeah, just like a root tea would be great.
Awesome. I go up and I order a root tea, a coffee. All of these are larges, by the way. Like the big mugs. You know, like the little mugs, but then the big freaking big mugs.
Trente.
Yeah. So I order a tea, a coffee, and a tankard of ale. The decent stuff.
Okay. Caspian gets that for you.
The
and
dates
brings
and
back out to you.
Yay! What is that, 15 copper? 5 copper each? Or is it more or less? Or
Well, since you're doing extra, it would be, in total, it would be 2 silver pieces.
2 silver pieces. I'm okay with that. And there are 5 silver.
10 silver pieces in
10.
piece. Or, no. There are 10 silver pieces in a gold piece, 10 copper pieces in a silver piece.
Right. Cool. Silver. And I come back over with the drinks. It's going to be a conversation. I might as well something to sip on while we talk.
Okay. Are you guys going to talk
Oh,
about
yeah,
anything
my
specific,
throat
or do
doesn't
you want
really
to
get
fast forward to
parched
when
when I
Violetta
talk
gets
today.
back?
I mentally flip you off.
We established we
let's
can't share images.
It's
Yeah.
thought. It's kind of like an emotion.
Yeah, it's like an emoji, mate.
Do those
Yeah, I'm good with flashing forward till
Okay.
Violetta comes back.
It
I don't know
takes,
what else to say.
she's gone for about 15,
Yeah, sure, fine.
15 minutes.
Oh, it's not bad. If it was longer, I might have tried to.
Underground. Holy cow.
She is quick.
And she comes back. I may have a location for Lucian, but it's a little iffy. There is potential.
We'll take iffy over unknown.
He is captive in Katana Hall in the basement. I have a couple people who have been kind of close to that, and that is where they last saw him, but I can't confirm that 100%.
Well, I know he was looking into the Nalail and how they were doing what they were doing, so
Makes sense.
it would make sense that he would be in danger.
I
And they
lean
were
over
out
and I kind of turned to Undine. Did any of these spells grant vision in the dark? Did any of those spells you
Not
guys?
vision, I mean dancing lights. Just like you've got
Right.
in your wand.
Would they have? Would Lucian know anything about like enhancing your sight in darkness?
He might. I mean, he's got all sorts of spells. I can't promise you they will always work.
Right. Yeah, but it's at least worth a shot, mate.
But yes, I mean he is the. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Viola, you can tell me more. But as far as I know, he's the magic man of the city. He's who I was directed towards for anything magic related when I entered Katana.
Right.
So
Maybe
I
we
mean-
like hit up the shop one more time, or like, well, for the first time, but like, before we like do some adventure and see if there's something that can work out a little bit better than the lights. Do the lights even work in the dock?
they do. I mean, they're minimal vision, but my vision doesn't even work.
Will they
in the
like
dark.
tactically?
Oh,
We'll be able to survive more than like a few seconds. Other than
Depends
the
on how
fact that
many
like, I mean, you know, the globules of light that
Right.
like we used earlier today.
Mhm.
Yeah, I feel like they're putting a
Yes.
target on my back.
We would essentially be putting a spotlight over our head for the enemy.
Right.
I say,
Look for
I will
something
say we
that-
have two abilities to do that.
So
I do. We have the ability to do it twice. We've got a wand and we have a book. We could use at least one set of those as a distraction.
Right, yeah, but like what I'm saying is, if we could do something with the vision itself, and like let's
Right,
use light
right.
as like a diversion.
Undine,
So I feel like
you
we
can be in the
could do
darkness,
that first
correct?
thing in the morning, maybe.
Affirmative.
And then
Right. Yeah, I think I know of a way to get us to Katana Hung. Once inside, I cannot guarantee it. One of us sends the lights. We all hold hands. You run us into Katana Hall. We send light in a different direction.
Right. And we just in our way
I'll
in.
see you though.
I think he just means that you follow close on my heels.
Yes. If we can find a way to enhance our vision, I think it is still a good option to send the lights in a different direction.
Right, yeah.
To maybe distract a few of them. As a diversion, getting us closer, I think, with less fire. I went earlier in the day. I kind of like rolled my shoulders. I have a headache.
Right, so we can go to Lucian's and we can try to see. I know that's magic that's possible.
I think
Seeing
we should
in the
in the
dark.
morning.
In the morning, not tonight.
We can go tonight. If I'm
Going where?
up for it.
Sorry, you guys are cutting in and out. Lucian's tonight.
Lucian's tonight.
Right, yeah. I mean, that's. Well, I'm going to finish my book at some point tonight too. But like, yeah, let's get
It's an exhaustion point. Let's
So
go,
we're
baby.
approaching 9
All right.
Yeah, so
Pound the last mile.
we go quick.
Go.
I just had a cup of coffee, so I'm good for another couple hours.
Yeah, I was going to say. I mean, technically, I'm just drinking tea, but.
But right, I think if we can go over and get that out of the way, then it's less we have to accomplish tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Right, yeah, that makes sense. Let's do it.
Onward, Lucian's. The bow's out.
Darkness.
Yeah, I was gonna say, look, I'm gonna.
I mean, I know the whole
Hella avoiding
it's
darkness. Okay,
nighttime, so everything's technically dark.
so
but-
loop up
Right, yeah.
north, go around the back of Kalina's, hit the north side of the building, the little corner building. So 2 buildings down from Kalina on the right, go to the northeast of that.
I'm looking
and
at this
down-
like it means anything to me, but literally all I have marked on it is the temple.
Okay, so Kalina's
Yeah, I have
is the second
everything.
building down. So
Yeah.
like the main thoroughfare that goes all the way through the
It's a
city.
5 by 5
Kalina's is
square.
the second building down on
Yeah,
the
it's the
right.
5x5.
Okay, so next
Big
to
five by five.
that, the one that's like got the 2 U
Right
shapes
next
on their side is the market. With
Yes.
all the like little things in the middle.
All the little
Yes,
things is the market.
That's the market.
So I propose going between Kalina's and the market, down 2 buildings, so down just south of the market, and then going kind of
going a little bit east, and then going straight south again. And where the 2 trees are, right below, like down below Kalina's,
Right.
that little L-shaped building is Lucian's. So we can come into the back of Lucian's and hopefully, never get into line of sight with the darkness. If we're hugging the side of the building, we should be able to stay. And I very, very adamantly am like, don't reveal yourself to the sky. I caught a few arrows earlier.
Is this Katana Hall?
Ooh,
Yes.
Yes.
I caught a few arrows earlier, and they had to. So I would recommend staying to the close to the side of the buildings.
Right.
Right. Yeah. I'm gonna run upstairs really quick and down my my trench coat, like my over heavy leather-ish, not heavy leather, but leather trench coat, and my hat. I'm gonna put that in my room, along with my backpack and my library book. And everything that's usually in my backpack, except for the
Never
stuff I don't
gonna
need.
stop being funny. I put my library.
And my library card, I keep that with the book. You know, it's like my bookmark.
Yeah, for sure. I've done that so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, onward to Lucian's, I guess. Like I said, as we're going, the bow is out. Just because pain. Ow.
If I say one eye on the
return
sky,
fire.
does anybody get that reference?
One eye at the sky.
One eye on the
sky.
One eye on the sky.
Oh shoot.
No. I'm gonna
Okay.
say no.
What's it
Rain
from?
of Fire.
Oh
It's
yeah.
like a dragon movie from a long time ago. Like, don't even stress.
Dang.
Guys.
But I want to say it's Christian Bale before he was like super popular.
Really?
You're also the person that
Yeah,
like
interesting.
went to college for this. You know so much about movies. So all right,
Okay.
here we go.
2002 film.
Probably I can't see anything. Probably.
Oh,
but,
I forgot McConaughey.
Oh boy, Matthew McConaughey and Christian
Christian
Bale.
Bale.
Jeez.
Andrew Butler.
Oh jeez.
Okay.
All right, man, I forgot. It's been so long. Sorry.
So you guys get to Lucian's.
Onward.
Yeah, Lucian's.
Okay.
The
So you guys are looking for dark vision.
rifle sound. Yeah, I go through the inventory book again.
I pull out my daggers. Are they smoking?
No.
It's
Okay.
time, bro.
And I put them away.
Okay.
I now have 2 of those
Okay.
daggers, by the way.
Make an investigation
yeah.
check.
All right.
While they do that, I'm gonna go kind of look over the wands to see if there is anything that is engraved
Dang it. Okay.
with like an eyeball or anything that looks like it might help with like any like vision based carving, like eyes or like anything like
Okay,
that
Make
on a
a
wand.
Like
investigation check.
glasses.
or like glasses or something
Ooh,
like
like,
that.
yeah.
13.
Huh?
Like a
13?
13.
Okay.
13.
That is
Please
sick.
tell me. Please tell me I find one that like gives you blindness or something.
Dude,
That
you
would be
watched the new Critical Role
so
narrative
funny.
telephone?
No, I haven't.
Yes.
I didn't watch
Yes,
Laura's
yes,
either.
yes, yes,
I
yes.
didn't watch Laura's either.
Pumpsney!
Putnam.
My investigation. Oh, did you want to go over Justin's?
Do I
first,
find anything
or-
with eyeballs on it?
Hold on. Okay.
To what?
Bless you. I don't know who
Miriam
sneezed.
said, "Bless you."
You don't find
My mom did.
You don't find anything with an eyeball specifically on it. But you do, while you're looking, you do find a spell, see invisibility.
That's handy.
Ooh.
Take that.
It's a wand.
No, it's a spell page.
Just a page.
Oh, just a random
That's a big old
spell
eyeball.
page.
yeah, no, he has just, you can buy books or you can buy individual pages.
Oh, that's cool. I walk over with the ability and I go, "This might help one day." I hand it to Andy.
I stick it.
Dang it, bro.
I can't
What the
use it.
heck? I
I don't know you
well,
can
yeah,
cast spells.
Josh, I have Oh, that's fair. Dang it.
I don't think any of us know.
None of you,
Okay,
yeah, because
we're gonna
none of you
jump
can
over-
hear me. Oh gosh, dang it.
We're gonna jump over to Miriam.
Mm-hmm.
What did you
What?
roll?
Oh,
A 15?
got him.
6.
A 6.
Oh.
I wish it was a 15, but I rolled a 5,
Okay.
and I have a 1 modifier to intelligence.
At least it's not -1.
Um,
If this was Arcana business,
You-
yo, I'd be way better, but I'm
you
not.
do not
Yeah,
find
I was gonna say, yeah,
dark
Arcana.
vision.
Awesome. I don't know if he has anything.
And Jacob.
He's got like everything else, but I can't find
Oh.
this.
Oh, man.
Right, yeah. I got a natural 21, Josh,
Nice.
And you were looking for
on my investigation. Like thing to do with enhancing one's vision in darkness.
Okay.
And keep
Dark vision.
in mind that I'm a very good reader. So I'm going to start with the ledger and I'm going to go from there.
Okay.
I just totally missed that
Andi,
line
You
in the
you're flipping
lecture.
through
Just
and-
speed reading.
Anyway, he kind of comes behind you and does that you're both reading the same book,
Reading over.
but he's reading what you've already read, and
There were 2 pages that stuck together,
Yeah.
dummy. Like,
Like, as you're turning the page, I'm like, no, wait,
like,
hang on.
no.
You skipped the
Hold it.
DV section. You went straight to the DZ section.
and you do find
Oh, man, that's funny.
a dark vision. There are dark vision spell pages somewhere in this
Nice.
shop.
Right, yeah, I think we're looking for this dark vision spell here. It's like, what is it, I mean, it's not too complicated, but it's not beginner stuff. I'm
Right.
pretty sure we can do something with it. It says
Alright,
there's
so-
pages somewhere. I don't know. Is there where is a
mean-
Can I find it?
We could look where he found his pages and then see if there's more nearby.
Right. Yeah,
And Josh, if I
okay.
find the pages, I just go start rifling through the back of his shop looking for any type of goggles.
Oh,
That's
And I
cool.
just start
guy.
putting them on my face.
Okay.
So after we broke into your shop and looted it, then we came and rescued you.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Okay.
We
Christ,
looted it, but then we
So,
looted it
with that
again,
natural
and then we
21,
rescued you.
Investigation check. You are
Yeah,
then able to
natural
take the
21.
ledger and go and find dark vision pages.
Right. How many pages? Is it more than one?
There are
How does
4.
pages work? Do you just read them, and then does it
Andi, would you like
use
to
the
explain?
magic?
Right.
Yeah, this
So if
is
I
an
remember
open dialogue.
correctly, we can use the page if we have spell casting ability to cast it, and I can read the page, and then I have the ability to cast it for 7 days.
Yes.
I think is what you said.
You can study it. And
Right.
then you can cast
Is
it
it,
for 7 days.
Not uses the page.
Oh, right. Yes.
It-
So
it uses the page.
you
What
have
do you mean?
2 options. You have the instant use or learning it. I believe
Ooh.
learning it is you take time to concentrate and then you know it for 7 days, or anyone regardless
Right.
of your magic
Can cast it
ability,
one time.
you can make it you can cast it one time.
Right. Yeah. Homework sounds fun. I'm gonna just take one page and keep it.
Jason? Okay.
Oh, I mean, yeah. How long does it take to study it, Josh?
I believe it was
For such an avid reader like myself.
was it did we say it was an hour per spell level?
Oh, this is
I think so.
I think that was what it was.
So
So
it's
it's a
like
2
2
hour.
hours.
2 hour. Okay, cool. Yeah. All right. Yeah, okay. Right. Yeah. I'm just gonna tuck that in my waistband. Right. Yeah.
Okay.
It's something that you can do if you
goggles?
can do magic, right? It's just, it doesn't have to be you specifically. Just saying before my time
To cast dark vision?
reading it. Yeah, if I would do some spells, I can use it, right?
Yeah, you can use it. And you can
Sweet.
you can cast it on other people too.
Right. Well, I mean, I only got one spell slot for that. So it's gonna be really limited.
Okay.
There has to be a second level spell
Are you
slot,
guys
right?
doing anything else?
Because it doesn't work the other way around. Yeah. Okay.
Looking for anything?
Goggles!
Goggles. Okay.
Do I find any that then make my eyes
Make
see?
an investigation check.
Mm-hmm.
Low-key, Tyron just needed solo
17.
description classes.
No, you do not find anything.
I don't find. Oh man.
I don't think he really deals in metals, more
That
like wands
sucks.
and pages and books.
Right,
How many
yeah.
pages did we find?
Like, of
I
all the
wasn't there.
pages
I found
in the
nothing.
thing, there's like hundreds.
No,
of
no, no,
Or
no.
pages.
just-
All of the dark vision pages.
There were 4 dark vision
You
pages.
found 4. I took 1.
Can I have one? So you could just cast it instantly. It doesn't matter who you are, right?
Yeah.
Like if I just read the page, it would just boom cast it once. Versus that studying it, cast it for 7 days,
yeah,
right?
But there's still like the whole use operator error type thing.
So do we want to take more pages in
percentage
case you cast it and it doesn't work?
Right, yeah. Yeah, I mean, let's just take the pages with us and we'll figure it out from there.
And if we don't use them, we'll give them back to Lucian.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
So, right. Should we get some shai and then we'll head out in the morning?
I agree. All right, so
Yeah, I'm gonna
we
finish
get
my
some
reading
shut-eye.
first.
Well, you do what you want. I don't
We head
care
out
about
in the
that.
morning.
That just means we'll get back to cleanest.
Now, are we trying to
Right,
get up
yeah.
early and then head into Katana Hall first, try and rescue Lucian, and then tell the people we're not immediately going with them, or do we want to find them in the morning and say, hey, go ahead?
Right. I think maybe we'll do with Lucian. If we get up early, we could do with Lucian. Maybe find Azura and see if we can talk to Azura or talk to someone.
Mm-hmm.
And then hopefully we finish that by noon, and we'll have made a decision about what we want to do.
Yes.
Right, yeah. Sounds good.
Because maybe Lucian will give us some information that we didn't have before, or the ability to get information, and so we're not making a decision one way or another.
Or the ability to move us. I don't know if he has that ability.
I'm not 1,000% sure I would trust that kind of magic with Lucian.
That's fair.
Given
Yeah, sounds to me he's got a reputation for the wishy-washy.
right, it's a little bit of hit or miss on where we might end up. I feel like, or might accidentally polymorph into some sort of fly.
What's polymorph?
Well, that'd be kind of interesting, actually.
Shapeshift.
Right. Okay.
Right. I think.
What?
I mean,
Hmm.
it's a thing I've
The
seen people
polymorph?
do. Kind of like that fox
Never
did.
heard that word. Oh, really?
What fox? Wait, what do
Right.
you mean?
You saw the blue fox. The
You
blue
weren't
fox
there.
was the kid that came at us.
Oh, wow, blimey, that was...
Right.
Missed that.
That's why it's cool fox. Anyway, Cleanest,
Yeah,
tally ho.
it's interesting. Right, then I'm going to go finish my book up in my room,
Right.
Okay.
and then, I'll go from there.
Okay.
Okay, so tonight I will get a bath. I will purchase a bath, and then I will purchase a room for the night.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, what is it? Did we already
Or rather, I'll go. Fist, do you mind if I just bunk on your floor for the
Is
night?
this the second or third day that you guys have been here?
I've been paying per day.
Technically, this is second for me.
Okay. I think
Wait, no, this would be third night.
I don't think I paid for tonight.
Yeah. So that's another 5 silver pieces.
Right, I don't...
Wait, what silver pieces?
5.
5? You'd think I'd know since I've been paying per day, but
Right.
that would just.
No. I wouldn't.
Right, yeah.
I barely remember.
Just gonna split the cost
You
for the
want-
night and just go on the floor.
I mean, right, actually, you can stay in there. I don't know how long I'm going to be in my room tonight, but
I don't want to walk out to my camp. It's a little far, and I want to take a bath.
Okay.
Right, yeah, no, that's fair. I'll just leave it unlocked.
I hand him 3 silver pieces.
Okay.
Fist, you have 3
Oh.
more silver pieces. Just because.
Oh, man.
Josh,
Yes.
is there a fireplace in my room?
No.
I mean, I'm assuming it's for you. Is there any fireplace nearby? Is there somewhere like a barrel I can burn something? Like, like a burn barrel. Like we have one on our property.
Yeah. In
Burn barrel.
I mean, like in the kitchen, there's probably something. If you wanted to go looking for it, not in your room.
Yeah, no, I'm hoping for something like more like outside.
I mean, do you want to go?
Or something I can.
I mean, you're
I'll just look around kind of the back to see if they have a place where they burn some of their.
No.
Every single time it's her talking.
I know.
How much?
It's never when
How much
it's
silver
her.
do I?
It's never when I'm.
How much
talking
silver
to
does it
you.
cost for the bath?
4
Oh wait,
silver.
when I'm freaking talking.
4? Sweet.
Yeah.
Motherfucking chicken. Anyway, yes, I just kind of want to look around back, see if they have a place where they burn some of their garbage.
There's not anything that looks like they burn their stuff. I mean, if you want to kind of go to like you're kind of in a nicer end of town, so you could go to a lesser end of town to burn something.
Yeah. No, okay, I won't worry about it yet.
Okay.
You can just light it on fire and go from there.
Yeah.
I got a torch if you need one.
So do I.
I got like 10 torches.
No, I'll just go back to my room, and I meant to do this the other night, but I will do it now. I take Mariah's journal and I transfer her stuff. I copy it into my journal.
Okay.
Ooh.
Everything?
Will it copy and paste?
No, the things that I found most significant, the stuff you sent me.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like her diary, and she just like copies it into a book. That's kind of
You don't know that.
Right, that's true. That's fair enough.
Yeah. Okay. And then I will tuck Mariah's journal in the bottom of my bag.
Okay. Sounds good. So it takes you a little bit to do that, but not too long.
Yeah.
Fist, you read for the remaining 2 hours, yes? So you will be going to bed at like midnight. Just so you know.
Midnight.
Right, I might not be going to bed quite then. Yeah.
Okay.
So I take my bath, and then I am carrying everything but my pants when I'm wearing my pants.
Okay.
And I'm carrying everything else.
Right,
Just wanted to specify that. Very, very specific. Wearing my pants when I bring everything else in. And as I kind of like put stuff down, Fist, you see this tattoo. Let it load here. Let it not be all washed out. You can kind of see it, right?
Kinda.
Yeah. I mean, you could just like send it to me, but yeah.
Yeah, I will. And the point starts about here, and the curves are the tops of his shoulder blades.
Yeah.
And in the 2 little curly cues, kind of most of the way down the curves, you see these what almost look like lumps of scar tissue. That when like he moves his back, they almost seem to try and move by themselves. They're weird. They're like it almost looks like when someone has like lost a finger, but it's like really close to the hand, and it still moves with the other fingers.
Right.
It's almost like as he moves his shoulders. Yeah, it's almost like there's another joint that's been covered up by scar tissue. You do see the rest of the tattoo. It is quite obviously Prethny roaring towards the back of his arm. So the upright pyramid, other pyramid, bracelet, and then Prethny going up the rest of his arm. He just kind of lays his stuff down. And I asked for a balloon as well. I don't know if that's going to cost me anything.
No.
Like from Galena. Okay, great. And I just wrap up in the blanket and pass out.
I say when you come in my room, I'm sitting next to the like with my backpack in my lap and reading the book Christmas Applesauce with my back against the wall, and like my hair, I'm like, you notice the dreadlocks were what they look like at first. They're actually just like really loose braids, like they've been in there for a long time. Like it might have meant like something in the past, and like haven't taken them out, but like you can kind of see like towards the bottom half of my hair, some of the braids are like have come completely loose, and like now it's just like crazy curly hair, and so like, for some reason, like when I'm like I've like down the back of my top hair, and it's like falling down now, so like all cascading down the front of my face, and it looks like really disheveled. It doesn't really look like put together, and like I just look up and I nod as you maybe go off to bed. 'Cause I hear 22 hours, so
Mute.
so
I maybe spent 20 minutes just like I washed myself, and then I just kind of sat in the bath because I'm sore as all get out. Ugh.
yeah.
And I have a headache.
So,
Gross.
two things, Josh. One, after I finish my book, I would like to make a history check and figure out what kind of race Tyron is,
Okay, make a history check.
and I'll take guidance on that. And
Wow.
since I finished the book at this point, I am rolling with advantage on history because
You are rolling with advantage on history.
That was smart.
right? I have my moments, mate. All right, it's a good thing I rolled with advantage because that was a natural one.
You didn't
Okay.
retain any of the information that you actually read.
Hang on. So I got a 18.
18.
Yeah.
He is a fairy.
Yeah. Right here. Let me kind of figure that.
Yeah, a Allielian fairy.
Does he know anything about the
4 feet?
Does he know anything about the lore of the wings and the loss of them?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what do I know?
Usually fairies have wings.
Right. Yeah.
Also, going off of this, you know Mariah was a fairy. So
Mariah.
the chick that got stabbed in the library. Anyway.
Right. Okay. Cool.
So she was a fairy. So these kind of like almost dragonfly-esque, but a little bit larger type of wings, is very common for fairies. But not a lot, but some fairies will either the like the rulers of the Fayview dynasty, where most of the fairies live, will either like it's kind of like a punishment to have them cut off of your body. As
Right. Yeah.
like if you've done certain things, or
Right.
just custom as punishment, not even by like the head fairy.
Right. Okay. So it's like a cultural, like sorry, I'm trying to say here.
It's like
an
samurai
overall
having their
punishment,
top nuts
I
cut
think.
off.
Right. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. So
It's like a form of pride. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
yeah.
Interesting, mate. Oh, I will say, well, if you want, Justin, you can roll a perception check, because I will say that, yeah. So Fist is gonna have his living wrappings have taken off of both his feet and forearm hand things, just to get a little bit more comfortable.
18.
An 8. Oh, dang. Okay. So, well, first off, Fist is like I mentioned, like crazy tan, and with an 18, it's like that his hide. It's more of hide is a better word for it, because it looks like it's leathery, like he's been out in the sun for extended periods of time with like no shade, and it's like almost scarring. That's the type of tan he is. And if you go ahead and on top of the whatever, I'll just say with that roll, he looks like he's like late 30s, early 40s. Like that's what you'd put his age at, with like his silvering hair and like his beard. And but for some reason the skin isn't like wrinkly or like creased at all. Like it's still fairly youngish. So that's a little bit peculiar, and so he's tattooing down his left, where his scars is, his left arm. He's got a line of his shoulder here, because he's still wearing a vest, but whatever. and it's got these interesting little like just running vertically down his arm in like sizes and shapes.
Mute.
Wait, what? Are you saying something?
You cut out what's running vertically down his arm?
Like these runes, like a language, and the stanzas are broken by like very harsh lines, and like they don't seem to have a particular order. It's like this weird pattern, almost like of a look, and then right up on his shoulder, there's like this really weird symbol that is, because of the scarring, you can tell it was a scratch or whatever was caused. So like the tattoo's been kind of like misformed a little bit, so it's like kind of distorted. And on his other arm, again, you can see just the bands of like different runes and like thick, heavy tattooing, like the thick black long, and then leading to of like this skill-like, almost an starting right at his forearm, and that's like a harsh line that runs right down each of his elbows. And then on his shins, you can see it almost looks like his shards like tattooed onto his shin. These really styled armor that like it's been tattooed onto his shins. And yeah, I'm gonna call it. Oh, the Tito, you do notice the two braids down, like literally the center of his head. One of the braid tip has like this violet or like magenta color tinge to it, and then another one has like this jade or in like turquoise color, like similar to the bandana that I'm wearing around my forehead.
So the silver dreads down the middle, or the silver braids,
Yeah.
of the racing stripe.
That's two
one of them has like a
very at the very end tip of it, like the last 4 inches.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then like you kind of see this like this weird patterning done on his torso, but like the way he's sitting is like hunched over, you can't really see what it is, and he's wearing a vest on. So, but you see like this really weird texturing done on his chest and or stomach rather. But like I'm reading, and then you just go to sleep, mate.
I just kind of roll over.
And then I find out you're a fairy.
And it's a punishment to have your wings taken away.
Yeah.
Okay. This feels like a really good place to end. So you all get, well, maybe you get a long rest anyway. And
Yeah.
we'll pick up in the morning on Sunday.
After I finish like my book and stuff.
By the way, I'm just going to take us onto
No.
this episode. I mean, this.
Yeah. No, totally. Go for it.
I mean, this is looking at like 7 weeks from the future or 6 weeks from the future, but yeah.
Right. Yeah. I'm just gonna like put on my brass knuckles, just because I have my hair down right now, and I'm going to stealthily try to sneak out the window with my backpack.
Okay.
And Lego and guidance. Okay. That's a 25.
Yeah, you just had to beat a 10.
Yeah, I kind of figured. It's tiring, mate.
Okay.
So I'm gonna and like I'm just taking I'm just gonna be like fairly light on equipment, so that's I'm going brass knuckles, backpack, Lego. I'm just in my vest and my pants, my sash stuff, and then my headband.
Okay. But not taking the whole pack
and
all that.
I mean, I'll take my pack just so that or no, technically Lego he could technically just like
Lego if this can be attached to
Right, yeah, okay, so Lego is a... What's the full... Hang on, I have the full name of him. He's
Galago.
Galago. He's otherwise known as a bush baby. He's a small primate. He's about yay big. And he's furry, and he's like really light, and he nestles behind my neck, underneath my mane of hair that I leave down usually. And if any of the characters actually could roll a 25, they would notice that the reason I keep my hair in braids now is also to disguise his tail, which runs out every once in a while, kind of moves a little bit. That's the only real way you can tell that he's there. Otherwise, he's covered by my hair, and he just sleeps all day. Usually either in my backpack or like right behind my neck. But now that's night, he's going to wake up, and he's going to come like perch up on my shoulder and see what's going on. So yeah, he's a Galago. He's a tiny beast. He is my animal companion friend. I saved him from birth. How much of this do we want to go over?
That's way more than I was gonna say. I was just asking if you wanted this to actually be in this episode or not.
Yeah, that's fine. I feel like may as well.
Okay.
I mean, because by the time this video gets uploaded,
They'll probably
it's possible that Miriam and Justin will figure out that I have a pet. So I'm really not worried about it that much. So, right. So I'm going to stealthily make my way back to the lady's house. And with me reading, is that technically a short rest? Can I use my hit dice really quick?
You can use your hit dice
to heal up a little bit, because I'm down 7 hit points, and I'm like, I might as well. I'm gonna use 1d8, and okay. I just got 6 back, so I'm at 39 or 29.
39.
So I'm at 39 now. All right, I'm just gonna use the 1 for right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I have used, and I have 2 left. So yeah, I'm gonna go to the Scry Lady's place, real stealth lock, and I'm gonna knock on her door.
Okay.
What's the brass? No.
And she pulls open the door. Oh, hello. I knew you'd be back. Come in. And kind of motions.
Insight check, really quick. Insight check.
Okay, you can insight check that.
Did she know that I was gonna be back? Guidance. Because this lady is just gonna pull my leg. That's mod 20.
Yeah, she's honest.
She what?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. No way. This chick is crazy.
Well, she had not rolled like a 30 on her insight check.
Oh, that's what she did.
She was insight checking.
That was on me.
It was kind of a general group, like trying to read what you guys were doing and what you were thinking, and it was 30. So.
So she read my mind. She really read my mind. Like, what kind of a person is this lady? Ugh.
Oh yeah, she can also read your mind. I forgot that.
Great, yeah.
Okay.
All right, yeah.
So, what do you want?
Well,
can you hear your parents?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. Yeah, they're being loud.
Yeah, I know. You're moving my door too. Right, I was hoping you could help me find somebody. But here's the thing. I was wondering if you could just keep it between the two of us.
Of course.
One side to another.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can necessarily trust the rest of my group. And we might be seeing you sometime today, tomorrow. I really don't know what the plan is. But I'm looking for our parents. Mm-hmm. They went missing a while back.
Yes.
And I don't know if they're still alive or where they are. I mean, it sounds like you already knew what I was here for. I don't know why you're asking.
Yes. So you would like to see them the best we can?
I mean, I'd like to see them, know
Okay.
where they are, and like hear them.
Are you ready?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll close my eyes.
Close your eyes. And there's just some black, and then okay, right here. And you open your eyes, and you are inside a warehouse. It's large, a large warehouse. There's lots of storage containers of something. But
Mhm.
you see both of your parents, and they're tied up, and they are also with. So there are your parents, and then there are two priests that are wearing the
Uh-huh.
same outfits that Declan and Azura and Indigo were wearing.
And it's two of them, right?
There's two of them, yes. So
Oh,
there's your father and your mother, and these two young. They look like they're like 24 or something like that.
right. Okay.
Guys.
And like my parents, are they like? Do they look? They look like they've been. I mean, it's been like 2 years since I've seen them. Like just under 2 years.
Yeah. They look weathered. It's
Yeah.
not been a great 2 years.
Yeah.
The two guys look better because it's been like three days.
3 days.
They also look like they've taken some wear and tear, but not to the not the like they have like one of them has like a black eye and like a little bit of blood on his face, and the other one like just looks like
Mhm.
kind of like in shock a little bit. Your parents look like more of like the long-term weathering, like there's not any like immediate like they're bleeding out of their side or anything, but they
Right.
just like
Right.
look like they've
Like look
been through
worn
it, like
down.
like the dark
Yeah.
circles under their eyes.
Mhm.
And they're all kind of tied back to back, um, and then tied around all of them again. So they are very well restrained. And it is night from the windows, and looking around, you can tell it is night there.
Okay.
And they look kind of like they're sleeping, but it's not great sleeping because they're sitting
Upright. Yeah.
upright. And you see a man walk in, and he has like sandy blondish brownish hair that's just kind of like spiked, combed backwards a little bit,
Mhm.
and he's wearing like a dark coat. He looks kind of mean, and
Yeah.
and he come partway through. He comes in and kind of looks at them and looks around, and then goes and sits in a chair, and kind of leans back and falls asleep.
The guy.
The guy. Yeah.
And looking around, can I see any sort of indication? Is it just like a warehouse, like where smugglers are, like where they like keep goods, and
It's
or
a
is it stuff like
warehouse.
that? Or
You see a lot of like the markings on the sides of like the crates.
yeah, can I read it? I mean, yes, I
Um,
can read it, but like, what
it
does it say?
it kind of you gather they're like probably
Hmm.
like fish or like so you're in
Some kind of
like a port city or somewhere like that.
okay.
And looking around, you do see Throughout the building, there are like some sentries posted to kind of
And
keep watch.
can I see any like symbols or emblems of like on the person who's asleep now? The baddie, the meanie person.
Make a perception check.
Guidance, or can I cast guidance in this state?
It's a little iffy, but yes,
I mean,
you've done it before.
okay, you're gonna allow it. Okay. Ooh, wow. Okay. Perception?
Yeah.
This is gonna be a 22.
22. Not
Yeah.
necessarily on. He has his dark coat, and like underneath is kind of like a white shirt that kind of comes down to about here, and it looks like you can start to see like part of like a tattoo, but nothing that it's not like enough of it that it like clicks and you're like, oh yeah, this is what it is. So like there's something on his person. You don't see any like
Okay.
symbols or like he's not holding a
I
letter.
don't like recognize. I don't like recognize him.
No.
Right. Like he's not somebody I've seen before.
No.
And among the prisoners, is there one that's like looks to be fitting the description of the priest that went missing at the second temple I visited, or the first temple I visited? This is technically the second temple. The first temple.
No one here matches that description.
Interesting. And how far can I go outside this building? Can I like what's my range with this
I would say
ability?
no, you cannot go outside of the building.
Okay.
Because you're scrying specifically on your parents, and so you have limited range from your parents. This is a more powerful scry than like a normal like scrying spell, but you're not able to go outside too far outside of that range.
Can I like, can I smell the air and like taste? Like, is there any like, is there like a saltiness on the air?
Off of your perception check,
being someone who's fairly familiar with what sea air smells like.
Yeah, it smells like sea air.
Okay, so they are on a coast, like of an ocean, not like a lake.
Yes.
Okay, I can safely make that. So that's narrowed it down to like everywhere.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And he doesn't have any. And I can't get like a better look at it too, and I can't like touch him, obviously. Oh my gosh. And are my parents doing anything, or are they like struggling? Are they just like getting as much sleep as they can?
They're
at this
like
point,
like trying to get as much restless sleep as they can.
Okay. I'm going
They also
to just.
They also look. All four of them look kind of like sedated a little bit.
Right.
So it's not like they're just like beaten. They're sedated.
Slightly. I was gonna say like. I know my parents might have something that would help them with being captured like that, but so they like look like there's been like an external source of like suppressing of energy or ability.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna with the remaining time, I'm just gonna like walk over to them and like sit down in front of them and like look at each of them and like, I mean, there's gonna be like on several occasions, I'll like start to like try to say something to them, but I like bite back words and then at some point there's gonna be like one tear that I can't fight back is gonna slowly cool down and then disappear into my beard. And then I'll just wait until
minutes
the lady
passes,
says we have to go.
and
Okay.
you close your eyes, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, and you guys return to her hut.
Can you tell me where they're at? Do you have any way of locating anybody?
I could attempt to locate creature. Actually, that's a spell, but that wouldn't be helpful.
Right.
I can't tell you exactly where we were, but it is
Okay.
a coastal city, so if that means anything to you, then that would be your cue.
Are they at least on this realm?
Yes.
I mean, right. I mean, they're obviously on this realm because there's
Yes.
people from them there. Okay,
And
sorry, that was a dumb question.
They have to
A
be on
little
this
bit.
realm for us to reach them.
Okay.
Actually, no, that's not true. Because this is a different
What?
type of scry. Regular
Right.
scrying, you have to be
Okay.
on the same plane of existence.
But
This one is not.
they are on this same plane
Yes.
and realm, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I can sense when we go to a different realm, but this was in Aluelian.
Right. Can you find some way of? Is there a way known to magic use that can, I don't know, imbue an object or like give the ability of like finding certain people or a certain object, like a tracking stone or something?
I could try. If you, I mean, I will have to charge you, but it would cost like
Right. You know, I understand.
25 gold pieces. So if you can obtain
25 gold.
Yeah, if you can obtain
Mm-hmm.
that, I should be able to. And it would work within a certain range. It would notify you, but there would be
Right. Yeah,
limitation.
it's limited.
If you were
Yeah,
willing to spend more, I could make it more powerful. But
right.
I don't
Okay.
know. I don't know how much money you
Yeah.
have.
I should have just. Yeah, I don't know a lot. I should have waited before I bought my tattoos kit. Huh. No regrets. Dang it. Okay. Well, thank you for allowing me to use your power. I will say it means a lot to me to see them alive, and especially as weird as it sounds, in the position that they're in, actually very good news.
Yes.
But this between the two of us, I'd rather not have to explain myself right away to my work associates,
I understand.
if you know what I mean.
Parents are a tricky thing.
Yeah. It's just I don't know quite where all of them are. I just found out that one of them's like not who I thought they were. But like anyway. Right. It's for like keeping you up or something. I'll be on my way.
Sleep is for the dead people.
And see what?
Sleep is for dead people.
Your mic didn't. Okay. So then I'll just like politely leave. I mean, I don't really have any.
Okay.
Yeah. Nah. Yeah. Son of a gun.
So are you gonna go out into the forest and let Lego out, or are you gonna go back to your room?
I mean, yeah, I figured me and Lego were gonna like run out to the outside of the cities really quick and forage with him.
Okay.
And then
By the
get
time that you
loose
get
and
by
land.
the time that you get back to your room, it will be 1 o'clock. So you will, to get your full 8 hours long rest, you will have to go until 9.
Sleep till 9.
Um,
Right, yeah. And so when I get back into my room, I'll actually just see if I can sleep on the. Is it like cold at night, or like what's the weather like in this in this area? Like what's the climate?
it's pretty warm, like a good 65, 75 kind of range during the day.
So it's like almost okay,
It is colder at night though.
okay,
So
okay.
so
So yeah, I'll just check into my room and like wherever Tyron, sorry, gosh dang it, wherever Tyron fell asleep, just kind of I'll take it's gonna like sleep like on my chest, and then I'm gonna like cover my traveler's cloak and like blankets and stuff, and I'm just gonna like kind of curl up and sleep because I don't like to sleep in a bed because I've been, like all around, whatever. So I'll just like and the fact that like my parents aren't sleeping on a bed is kind of weighing on my mind right now. So curl up in the corner of the room and fall asleep
okay.
if I can.
Okay.
Dang.
Oh, make a stealth check as you sneak back in.
And then yeah. Oh, guidance. Oh no, this is gonna be so bad. Oh no. Wait, hold up. 15.
Okay, you're fine.
15. All right. I mean, thank goodness that Tyron had a 10.
Yeah. Okay. And that is where we're
Awesome.
actually going to end this session. So,
Yeah,
okay.
good. Yep.
Awesome.
Thank you for add that in there. I just wanted to do that before we got too carried away with everything else.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So,